latte.
Okay. All right, we're on. We are on Sarasota Street Talk right now.
Oh, so cool.
Talking to Raphael right here, who is on his way to First Watch. Oh, please don't lean on that, sir. It's actually
that thing will come down on my head.
It's very dangerous.
It's a first shot at this
yeah,
canopy.
It's experimentation.
You never know
all
if
the
it's
way.
going to stand up or not long enough.
All right. Well, my name is Mark Klecka with Caldwell Banker. Obviously, it's on the top this haphazard cover of ours. Scott
Mayloff, Summit Lending Solutions Corp.
Yep, and we are down here at downtown Sarasota Street Talk, which we do every weekend here from 10 to 1 p.m. Oh, my God, that breeze is coming through.
Yes, we love the breeze.
That is fantastic.
I would take clouds all day today, too.
You know, and I wish that front end of this thing would stay up because that way, well, it's actually, it works out. It works.
It's working perfect.
Okay,
we just have to make sure that they duck when they come in underneath the
and we have to sign a waiver
to get on the show.
Sign a waiver to make sure if you hurt yourself that, you know, you will not sue us.
So we have 3 great guests today.
We have some fantastic guests, Scott.
Yes.
You want to go and tell who the guests are today?
Sure. We're going to start out with Alex Christ. She's a acupuncture physician, and she should be here in about 10 minutes.
Fantastic. And following that will be Scott.
Kristen Lilly. Mm-hmm. She is with SRQ Communities, a non-for-profit.
That's awesome. Okay. And then, after that?
Last, we're going to let
certainly
him
not
finish
least,
up. Mayor
Kyle Batee. Mayor Kyle Batee will be joining us at noon over here, right in front of the Gator Club, who graciously allows us to just set up shop here. And so the whole point of this Sarasota Street Talk is just to go ahead and just speak with people on the street who is Sarasota. That's the entire point, because Sarasota is such a dynamic community. Yeah. And who makes it such? You know, who makes it like that?
And we
people of Sarasota. You know,
and we kind of maneuvered a little bit. Parker's Books is right here, so come on down and take a look at their books. Yeah, that rhymes. So yeah, we're taking up a little more space this week, but we love it. We're going to have some shade for our guests. So hopefully, we'll, besides our 3 scheduled people, we'll have some people stopping by and hanging out. And it'll be fun. Like these guys.
Okay. All right. Which is the entire purpose, is...
now Sarasota.
Okay. For now, right? Because you love this place. Because what is there not to love? You know?
Yeah, I sweated all over that.
And then, by the way, if anyone needs a fantastic wardrobe, we have Tweeds right across the street, who hopefully will come by and speak with us here at some point. The gentleman over there at Tweeds, fantastic place. Outstanding. Hey, man, thanks, man. Take care. Hello. Let me see if are we still going? I think we're still live. We're still live on Facebook. Is that still running? We have like 2 people watching. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is it 2 people, really? That's fantastic. Your mom and my mom. Oh, you know what? We're going to double up on those.
My makeup's melting off.
We're going to double up on these fans for you.
Yeah, if you can get both those on
there. Better?
Mm-hmm. It's only going to be only so much you can do when it's 89 and sunny.
No, it's 90 something.
And whatever.
It's only like 8:30 in the morning
80.
right now.
Yeah, it's 10:20 on Saturday, the 8th of June, and it's right about 90, and we're outside.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us.
Yeah, at least, smile. It's not pretty. Thank you, sir.
So this is our first guest.
All right.
And we're gonna,
welcome very much to Sarasota Street Talk.
Thank you for inviting me.
And you got to
way
up right up on there. I'm sorry, it's kind of you got to be uncomfortably up on the mic.
Yep.
You have to
like
almost
this?
touch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much like the rock stars. That's what
like
we're
the rock
talking
star
about.
that you are.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, tell us please a little bit about yourself.
Well, introduce yourself with the proper titles, I guess.
Okay. My name is Alexandria Christ. I'm an acupuncture physician, doctor of Oriental medicine. I've been practicing for about 25 years. I was trained initially in London, England, and when I returned back to the United States, I attended the local acupuncture college here and received my master's in Oriental medicine and my bachelor's of health science.
Wow. Okay. And you are you located here downtown, or you?
I have an office in Southgate Circle.
Okay.
and it's sort of where Tuttle and Swift meet. And I specialize in chronic pain, sport injury, and facial aesthetics.
Okay, facial aesthetic. Now again, that's what would that be exactly? I'm not quite sure.
So I
with
work
the face, but
yep, it's usually a lot of
It's something about
mostly-
the face.
something
mostly
about the
something-
face.
It's,
Yeah, it's very bright, Mark.
it's a protocol that actually appeals more to women, and I use a technique where I do micro injections of vitamins, antioxidants, and peptides, which help with collagen regeneration, and it helps tighten the skin and soften fine lines and wrinkles.
Okay. So this might be a little bit not off topic, but maybe not exactly like that. So like a skin peel. Like is that
No,
nothing like a skin?
no,
It's more of a.
It's more like little mini injections.
Injection.
Oh,
so
okay,
it goes
so-
underneath.
So as your skin
Okay.
goes through cellular turnover, all the regenerative ingredients come to the surface and help to tighten the skin and plumpen the skin and just rejuvenate the face.
Okay.
So it's different
all right.
than fillers and it's different than Botox. It's a more natural approach.
Okay.
As an acupuncturist in the state of Florida, we have to go through a further training to have the licensing to do injectables, and we can only use natural substances.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's good to know.
this is all vitamins, antioxidants, and natural growth factors that help regenerate
Okay. And
the
do
skin.
you have a card on you?
I
Just
do.
because I know.
Yeah, she's right on yourself.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because
I'm
first of
thinking
all, I
about
know my wife is
the
gonna
acupuncture
be
part.
all over this,
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, it's
and she'll be here later on today. Teresa's going to come by.
Right.
I also administer another protocol called acupuncture injection therapy, where I use plant and mineral-based anti-inflammatory pain relievers into painful joints, trigger points. So in terms of sport injury, if someone comes in and they have a tennis elbow, we would utilize acupuncture first and then use the anti-inflammatory injectables into the localized area. And for that, I was trained at the University of Miami School of Medicine for this advanced certification training.
Wow. Okay. So there's quite a bit of, credible background. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
credible
Right,
background. A lot of training, as opposed to somebody hearing, alternative medicine. Sometimes what comes to mind, and it's not that at all. It's
Yeah, there's different styles of acupuncture, and I chose to go the path that was more medical based.
Sure.
Because I see the best results when I deal with, either someone knows that their back hurts
Mm-hmm.
and then it doesn't, and people know when their face looks better. So I like, results driven protocols.
Right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, because that's usually we kind of went backwards.
Okay.
We went right to the business, which is good. We want you to talk about your business, but like, how are you from here, or how long have you been here? Or
So
we always talk about Sarasota and what you love about it and what you might not like about it. If there's
Yeah,
such
and
a
like
thing,
places
I
that
didn't
you-
know if there was such a
What-
thing
what-
as
what,
not
Scott?
liking
Who-
something.
who
but
does- who doesn't
everybody
love
loves
There's
everything
nothing
about
to
it.
not
Right.
like.
So yeah, tell us a little bit
Scott.
about that. Sorry.
So originally,
Just kidding. All right.
Originally, I'm from the Jersey Shore, so I come from a little beach town in New Jersey. I left when I was 18 when I went to college, and I went to London and I studied
Wow, okay.
I studied my degree in London initially, which was just a bachelor's of liberal arts, and I ended up living in London for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
wow.
All right.
Okay.
And then that's where I had acupuncture for the first time when I was in my 20s, and then I decided to study.
So that
it.
kind of sparked your interest,
yeah,
because it helped
yeah.
you. Segueing a little bit, and we're going to go back to the Sarasota, because I know we went right to the chase.
Yeah.
Right to the chase.
That's right. No.
So-
So if we had, let's say, oh goodness, arthritis. Let's say like arthritis in the foot. I'm bringing this up because Teresa just got diagnosed.
Okay.
You wouldn't think so, but she does.
Right.
And would something like that help that? Because I know it's a buildup of calcium or something. I'm not quite sure exactly, but it's something within the top of her foot.
Mm-hmm.
And would something like acupuncture help with something like that?
Yeah, because-
temporary pain relief, or
Yeah, and sometimes it can be a little bit more permanent and ongoing. Basically, what acupuncture does is it helps to release inflammation, send blood and oxygen to the area, which helps with pain management, and activate endorphins, which helps with natural pain relief.
okay,
And then,
yeah.
and then if you use the other protocols like the acupuncture injection therapy, you can even get more positive results. I mean, obviously, I can't guarantee any
Right,
outcome.
right. No
Right,
responsible
right.
person
But,
could, yeah.
but I
right.
have fantastic results. I mean, there's many reviews of my work online. You know,
Oh.
if you Google my name.
Okay, I'm gonna tell this to Teresa.
insurance, you guys accept?
Unfortunately,
do they
no,
go?
no,
Okay.
no Medicare, no,
No Medicare,
Medicaid,
no-
no,
okay.
no insurance.
All right.
It's, but then, so my family, back to
Back
getting
to-
how
Yeah,
I got to
yeah, yeah.
Sarasota,
Right, right.
is my family moved here in the, I guess, the late 80s, early 90s, and I started vacationing here. And then basically, I fell in love with the place, and when I finally got to a point where I was tired of living in a busy city like London with really bad weather, I decided to move back to Sarasota, and I'm here. So
Right,
I've been here
right,
for
right.
about 20 years now,
Okay.
and coming here for maybe 30.
And without giving it away, like whereabouts? Do you live downtown? Do you
I
live?
do. I live
okay.
downtown.
She's in the same complex as me,
Okay, which we will not
which
mention.
is everybody.
Okay. That's like half the people.
Aaron,
Hey.
Nicole, all our guests.
Yeah.
Aaron, by the yoga.
Uh-huh.
Yoga,
Yep, yep.
Aaron, Nicole,
Yep.
and now
And,
Alex.
and her better half. Aaron's better half.
Yep. Ray.
And,
so
yeah,
they're all
it's-
big guests on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
probably know them,
everyone
right?
knows somebody or has lived in this particular place.
I've been in that complex
amount.
for 17 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Now, is it the same one as yours, or is it one or two?
Same one,
Is
two.
it two? Okay.
All right. We're practically giving it away now.
No, I want people that don't know. I mean,
No, I'm just
you know,
kidding.
It's inside.
It's the
insider
whole
info.
complex. We're not giving out our unit numbers.
Yes. We're
Yeah,
not giving
really.
out 512 or anything. No, it's
512.
not. It's not. We're just kidding.
Somebody's probably in 5. I don't think there is a 512.
Someone's going to go knocking on 512's door
512,
thinking
okay,
it's,
who are you?
yeah,
Yeah.
thinking it's us. But, okay, no, awesome. So what would be something that you would do this weekend? Like, do you have plans without being too specific? Obviously, you know when he's not.
I tend to play a lot of pickleball.
Okay.
I love pickleball.
We have friends that do the same.
Yeah, so I play
swear
pickleball,
by
I
it.
paddleboard, I bike.
Mm-hmm. Have you been on Legacy Trail?
Yes.
Oh, this place is amazing, right?
I know, it's incredible.
Have you gone all the way to Venice?
Yes, I have one of my friends who I cycle with often. We'll go down to South Venice to her family's house and then grab the kayaks and then kayak through the mangroves and then go over to, I think it's Minnesota Key.
Yeah,
like,
that's a day.
Yeah,
That's a full day.
Yeah, so it's a nice 30-something mile bike ride.
Yeah, I think Scott. I think we went right here by the bay because you know on the bay they have the kayak launches over here, right here, phase 1 of the Bay project, and I think we went kayaking there in the bayou, and that lasted about 2 hours, and we were spent.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was the day. We called it a day. So I can't imagine like cycling to Venice,
Yeah.
then getting in a kayak, then
then
going down to
cycling back.
Minnesota Key,
And then getting home.
and then getting home, and then
Then
cycling.
remembering you have to get back.
Yeah, I mean, they must be like 22 years old. I mean, I think we did pretty good. I'm 75 years old, and
Yeah.
no,
Don't look
I'm
a day
I'm
over.
not 75.
You don't
years
look a
old.
day over 80.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. But no, that's a full day. Yeah, but that's a fantastic.
85.
What's 85? Not a day over 85.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's younger
You
than
might
the
need to go
95
get some
people.
of those injections. And,
I need some injections. I need to come to you for some injections. No, but
so
that's.
biking, kayaking.
Mhm.
I also ski. I mean, outside of Sarasota, I ski, I hike. You know, I do a lot of kind of trekking, multi-day treks. I've trekked all over Europe. I've trekked in Bhutan. So I do a lot of
Wow,
active
okay.
stuff. Yeah, I do. I'm pretty
Okay.
active.
So,
So I don't forget.
okay, go
to
ahead,
get
Scott.
this in during her time here.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Is give your not your home, give your office address.
Yeah. give your-
And if there's a website
your
and a
social.
phone number and anything you want to give us.
yeah, then your
And
social,
then
driver's
leave some
license number,
cards in
please,
case
and
walk
leave
some
a
up. Yeah.
leave a.
So my office, I said,
Fingerprints for us.
it's located in the Southgate Circle. So it's 3205 Southgate Circle, 34239. And my website is iwantyouhealthy.com.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's
I
one.
like that.
I remember that one. Yeah.
I know my website designer was quite creative.
Yeah.
He was like, you need to find something catchy so when you're just walking around and you meet someone and you don't have any cards on you, everybody's going to
Pretty easy to remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
iwantyouhealthy.com. So I'll leave some cards, and
Please.
I'm also offering anyone who has been here, who has heard me today and is interested in having an acupuncture treatment, I'm offering the first session for 50% off.
Okay, now be careful with that because this is going on a podcast server, which will be living there forever. So 2 years from now, you're going to hear somebody going, "I heard you, and I want that
That's
50%
okay.
off."
If they're completely new to the clinic, they get 50% off.
Okay, so it's a one-time.
First-
It's a
yeah,
first time,
first
first
time
visit,
visit, yeah,
obviously.
that's
First
Yeah,
visit
don't be
only.
that guy.
And it's only for acupuncture. It doesn't include the injection therapy
Okay.
or the facials.
Okay.
So it's just strictly for acupuncture. Acupuncture can treat not just chronic pain, sport injury, but we can work with digestive disorders. We can work with anxiety and stress. We also have a protocol for post-traumatic stress disorder, which is really great. I actually volunteered in a crisis center over a couple of years where I treated people with PTSD, and it was amazing. It really was.
That's all right. So even before you mentioned that, my wife Teresa is going to contact you, probably for for the foot thing she was talking about with the acupuncture.
Yep.
But I don't think I'm saying anything out of line here. She has a little bit of PTSD. She's military, so she's active military, Coast Guard, and she just came back from her orders, and she's been doing it for about 6 years now on active duty, and she's got it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm out of line for mentioning that in front of 5,000 people in the world, but she may want to talk to you about that as well.
Yeah. PTSD is interesting because it doesn't necessarily mean military based.
Right.
PTSD can be anything from physical, emotional. It's all on a continuum. So people can be, if you've come out of an abusive relationship, or your life has just had a dramatic trauma. PTSD is the treatment protocol that we use, because what it does is we use specific points in the ear that help to redirect the blood flow in the brain. So instead of operating from fight or flight, which is what happens when we're experiencing trauma over and over and over, our hardwiring in our brain, our blood goes to the PTSD, to the part of fight or flight.
Right.
So what happens is this protocol, we use the points in the ear, and it redirects the blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that deals with more logic, reasoning, calmness.
When she brought up acupuncture for pain, it reminded me of moving an armoire up a flight of stairs a couple days ago.
I'm sorry, Scott. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I thought, oh man, after that flight of stairs with that 500-pound armoire, I could have used probably some acupuncture. And then she brought up PTSD, which I probably had that as well.
Because you and that night you didn't sleep because of the thoughts of the armoire falling on top of you.
You're traumatized.
I was traumatized
so
after
a little
that
backstory on this. So back to you really know who your friends are when they help you move.
Yes.
So I actually had a pretty large armoire that I had to move up into my 12th-story apartment. So with no elevator and just stairs. No, it's just one flight. But it was very heavy.
It was a pretty
that was
decent
couple hundred
flight.
200 pounds. Yeah, solid couple hundred pounds.
Oh, the armoire was heavy as
So I think Scott was like, "Yeah, I'll do it," without really realizing
what was involved.
He said, I have an armoire, and then when I saw him with it in the back of a pickup with the gate up, I figured it couldn't be that big. It's in the back of a pickup, and then he took that gate down. I was like, I gotta go.
I gotta go home. I gotta do anything, but I gotta do anything but this right now.
I just forgot my doctor told me do not lift this thing. So we got it. We did it.
Yeah, no, I went up there and I thank him profusely for helping me, because nobody else in their right mind would have done that.
Right.
Yeah, so that could have helped, because basically you'll have what's called chronic or acute conditions. So acute means it just happened.
Right.
You lift something up and your back goes out, or chronic means it's been ongoing for a long time.
Yep.
So I tend to also work a lot with athletic people who are tennis players, pickleball players, golfers, and the population is sometimes a little older here, and they want to keep on playing sports,
right.
and they don't want to have surgery, so they decide to give acupuncture a shot, and they're just really happy I can keep them playing.
No, that's fantastic, and quite frankly, I think we have some people between us that we could refer your way.
Great.
Myself being one of them.
You being one of just recent trauma.
I won't get into it.
I won't
know that. So, that as well. That's the mental drama.
Yeah, next time I call Scott and say, hey, Scott, can you? He'll be like, no.
I imagine herniated and bulging discs.
Yes,
Yeah.
and people who have had surgery. I recently treated a competitive tennis player, and he had some lower back surgery. And he, as a result of it, he was getting a lot of back pain and hip pain, and it was really affecting his game. And I treated him with 3 acupuncture sessions, and it was completely gone.
That's all. Yeah, I've heard nothing really but good things about people that know what they're doing and certified like yourself with the proper training, doing acupuncture.
Don't do this at home.
Don't
Don't
buy a kit online. Don't get the
you.
self acupuncture kit you get on Amazon.
DIY.
Anybody can do
Google
this.
it. I'm going to Google that when I get home. How many needles do I have to go buy to
just
give myself acupuncture?
YouTube it, and you too can be an acupuncturist.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
Well,
don't
it's
do that.
interesting because I would definitely encourage people if they don't decide to come and see me, that if they do decide to have acupuncture, I think they should make sure that the person that they're going to is actually a doctor of Oriental medicine, because there are some, weekend workshops that some chiropractors can take and physical therapists where they just learn little techniques,
Right.
and we know the whole body pathways that intersect.
I was telling Alex on the phone the other day about where my daughter went to school, and they had that as one of the schools within the school was Chinese medicine and acupuncture and chiropractic, and then her naturopathic degree.
Mm-hmm. Now
So
she
that's cool.
she has since graduated. Your daughter,
Yes,
correct?
she did.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I do also, other than acupuncture, I do nutrition, detoxification protocols, also advising. I'm a plant-based coach and chef where people come to me and say they have a autoimmune issue or this type of issue, and I help to create a diet of what foods to eliminate that are inflaming their condition. And I can also cook for them in their home and teach them how
Oh
to
my
eat
God.
properly.
You'd be
Yeah.
Teresa's best
You're
friend.
trouble, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I want to introduce you to Teresa.
And I actually, I trained.
So
in-
we do have a lot
Every
of
one of
people.
your
We do have a lot of
services.
people. As she's talking plant-based, we have some
Yeah,
friends that are plant-based. We have somebody who has autoimmune issues. I would say her
no,
name,
I
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
But she
We do.
puts that out on Facebook, so
I think we're safe.
Yeah.
So I trained actually with two world famous people in England. I went there and I did an intensive training, coaching and training.
Nice.
Okay.
And I actually went because I started to have a condition myself where my hands were breaking out in eczema. And obviously, if I showed you the before and after pictures, you would just be astonished. I mean, my hands are perfect now.
Right.
But as an acupuncturist and using my hands all the time, it was quite embarrassing. I had to wear gloves all the time and things like that. And so I thought, we learn a lot about food therapy in our training in Chinese medicine, but I thought to myself, I have to really start. I mean, I'm a great eater. I mean, I make all kinds of smoothies. I'm
Right.
a, healthy eater. But I thought this has got to be something going on inside my body. And so I went and trained with two world famous people in England, and my eczema is completely gone. And it really had to do with, I don't know if you guys hear about the whole thing now, the buzzword is called like leaky gut, and it's like when your stomach is not strong
I think I
enough.
have heard that. I just didn't know
Yeah,
exactly
and
what
it can
that
kind
was.
of leak, not toxins, but just if you're eating inflammatory foods, it gets into your system and
Sure.
it can affect your health.
Okay. So a question I had though, and kind of going back to the acupuncture. So is it because I know there's pressure points in massage, right? So is it kind of similar to that you know where to place the needles in different areas to then get specific results, or is it more about the relief of pressure in different areas? What is really the direct benefit of acupuncture?
If I had my Acuman with me, my little model, basically it's a
You Scott is your acuman.
Aren't those called voodoo dolls? Actually, yeah,
Here, let me clear off the space,
That's what it
Scott.
is.
Just lay on the counter. We'll just poke Scott.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called the meridian system, and there's over 300 points in the body, and it's sort of like pathways that run from our toes through different organ systems in different areas of the body, and so you'll have a pathway that pertains to the liver or the stomach or the spleen or the kidney, and so if someone came in and they had more of a health condition like allergies or digestive disorders, we're going to work on these pathways that stimulate the digestive system to work more effectively. And then we also have what we call the Western trigger points and the muscle points. So if someone has a issue with their shoulder, or the trigger points that pertain to that part of the body or the areas, we would put more localized needles. So we're going to work more locally when it comes with pain, and then also use some of the pathway points.
Got
So
it.
there's just different styles of acupuncture depending on what the needs of the
And-
person are.
And is it painful at all? I mean, is it like, because
Well, we're
I have a
using-
tattoo or 5 or so, but I mean, and that's a whole different
Yeah.
game. But is it painful, or is it like well placed, obviously, and professionally done to the point where it's kind of like it's relief almost?
Well, it depends, because sometimes it can pinch a little. It can create. We're using super, super, super fine needles. They're stainless steel, sterilized. Only one usage, and then we dispose of them. And it depends on what's going on. Sometimes if someone has a lot of inflammation or tight muscles or something going on, you might feel like a little zip or a zing or a release of the muscle.
Right.
Or
and is it typically a few in there, depending on like what the ailment is, what the situation calls for? Maybe 6 or so go into different places, or how's that?
It depends on what's happening. Just depends. And we do have certain points that without getting too complicated, there are specific points that might release inflammation from the body, or release heat, or release a trigger point. So it just depends what we're doing, what we're working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to put in excess of 100 pins into somebody?
No, I've never.
Okay. This guy must be like really, like I can't walk.
A big painful area.
Yeah.
He comes in a wheelchair, comes skipping out.
Can you do my whole body? Just give me a whole body acupuncture.
No, that's actually something I've been kind of fascinated with, because I've heard, you hear both sides, like, and I'm sure with everything you've got people that are just not qualified to do it, but then you hear people that are just amazingly cured from things that they've tried everything else, and acupuncture works. They've done correctly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so you've been practicing here for a long time as well,
Yeah,
right?
I had
in Florida.
I had a clinic in Naples, Florida, for many years. It was a multidisciplinary clinic where we had acupuncture, massage, chiropractic, skincare, and but I've always lived in Sarasota, and I have an office in Sarasota as well. And now I'm just really putting my focus into being back to Sarasota, because I love Sarasota and I miss it.
Right. And any plans to go anywhere from here? You planted your roots. You're here for a while.
Yeah. I the commute gets long.
Right.
And I was going back and forth for well over 10 years.
Sure.
So.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. What is and you can say this? What is your favorite restaurant? Nay. Your 2 favorite restaurants downtown Main Street. And they're many, and they're all different kinds, so nobody get upset.
And we've had almost all of them on the show.
Nobody get upset
so they're
if she doesn't mention yours,
know,
right?
Exactly.
So
no, we're kidding.
I guess the first that pop up, but I love 1592.
Yeah, see, I hear that quite a bit. Like from you've got your standards that you hear all the time, but then every once in a while, it's like a niche.
I think maybe because. Right. Being on the corner, you would think more people know it, but it seems like it isn't.
But it's on the end of Main Street, so it's kind of like at the very end there.
Main
by
and
that.
Orange.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tend to. I'm Greek, by the way, so I'm partial to that style of cooking. I tend to like tapasy or more plate sharing type dishes.
So you would love Besso.
Oh, have you been there yet?
Have you been to Besso? Do you know of Besso?
Is it Besso or Beso?
No.
Besso. I believe it's Besso,
okay.
because Beso,
right.
B-A-S-O.
It's B-E-S-O.
I think it's either tomato, I think.
No, I'll have to ask them.
But
hey, excuse me. What's the name of your restaurant?
Well, I know
you're here. What do you mean? What's the name?
So right here at the base of the Mark, the Mark. The
Around
Mark
the corner?
is a white condo right here.
Brand new.
So a lot of new businesses are going to the base of that right now. So Besso just opened up about 3 weeks ago. Primarily a tapas dining there. Teresa and I went there a couple days ago, and food was phenomenal. The service is great. The atmosphere. I mean, I have really nothing. The drinks were great. I'm a very simple man, so I'm usually Modelo Corona, but she'll get the exotic.
They've got
mixed
a
drinks,
mixologist too behind the bar.
And she loves it, and it's you should go. It's right around the corner right here. It's called Besso or Beso. Depending on...
I like Besso.
I think it's Besso.
But you said Beso earlier.
No, I said Beso.
Yeah, Besso.
No, it's
I like
Besso.
So it's not an E or an A. It's somewhere in between.
It's
Besso. But anyways, Cynthia is behind the bar. She's a mixologist.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to get her on ILDS.
We're doing a group thing. Yeah.
Remember how we have Shelby? Did you see Shelby pop up yesterday?
Okay, so it's the second
one. We digress.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we digress.
We
can talk amongst ourselves later.
My longtime favorite is Selva Grill.
Yes. Yeah. My son-in-law used to work there right downtown. He's at UTC. right now, but that's a great place. Classico. Do you enjoy Classico?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We went ahead and the top two. So you mentioned
She did.
1592,
Mm-hmm.
and what else?
And
she
Selva
said
Grill.
Selva.
Oh, and Selva. Okay,
yeah.
so those are the two?
1592 and Selva are top 2.
I agree. It's hard not to agree.
Well,
You know, with
I
because
mean,
there's so
you
many
can't
good
go
ones. You
wrong
can't
With
say I
pretty much
disagree.
anything down here,
Yeah,
right?
I think we're really fortunate in that we have so many wonderful restaurants
Yep.
in Sarasota.
And for whatever, some seafood, you know, Duval's, among many.
Duval's,
And then if you
yes.
want to go further south, Walt's Fish Market, you've
Yeah.
got, so many.
Owens. My
Oh,
my
Owens.
daughter
Owens
my daughter
Fish-
loved Owens.
Fish Camp.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My daughter, son-in-law, and my granddaughter loved Owens.
Mhm.
They just thought it was great. So-
Anna
Yeah.
Marie Oyster Bar.
I
Chesapeake
absolutely
Oyster Bar.
love Owens, and I'm
Mhm.
always on the hunt for the best fish taco.
You know where you should go? And this is a little bit sacrilegious because it is not Sarasota. But if you were to go to Bradenton, to a place called Tide Tables.
Oh
And
yes.
it's right off of Cortez, right across the street from the Seafood Shack.
Very
And
good.
it's a very small, very local place. Fish tacos, mahi tacos, amazing,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely amazing. And it's a bait shop. It's essentially a bait shop, but in the back, it's a good outdoor restaurant. Have you been up there, Scott?
Yes. When my sister lived in Bradenton a couple years ago,
Yeah.
it was my first
Yep.
time up there, and I probably went to that restaurant 4 times.
Is it right on the water?
It is
Yes,
right
it's
on
on
the
the
water.
water.
It's
a fish-
right
I
on.
think I've
Yep.
been there.
It's
Yep.
Bayside,
got a
over the
outside-
bridge, left
outs-
side, before
big
you go
outside
over.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I rarely venture out of the square mile of Sarasota.
I know we don't
Say
need
I
to.
know.
That's the thing.
I feel you.
I'm the
I
same
feel
way.
That's we're pretty much downtown folk ourselves. And then I have to remind myself too, and we do go out and we see that there's a lot of great places outside of Sarasota as well. I mean, outside of downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah.
But we're pretty,
We're
pretty
spoiled.
There's
downtown
just so
spoiled
much here,
oriented
yeah.
here.
We're pretty spoiled.
Yeah, well, it's a lot to give. I mean, there's a lot here,
Mm-hmm.
for everybody. Like
Here-
everyone here is to test everybody walking around here at the farmers market and seeing how everything is just so walkable. And you got the bayfront right here.
And
You
if
can
you
go to
and if you live down here too,
to
I mean,
O'Leary's.
even more. Like you can walk here, jump on a bike
Scott.
or whatever.
yeah, and
I can
yourself.
walk here, yeah.
Did you,
But I mean, but
did you hang around here on New Year's Eve downtown?
yeah,
Yes.
Mark had an event.
This
Yeah.
was
Tell her
this
about
Oh,
place.
that's right. New Year's Eve. So, okay, so I have a group, not a page, called I Love Downtown Sarasota.
I'm on it.
It's a
All right.
thank you.
That's Mark's
Th-
group, not a page.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. It's a group,
Yep.
not a page. And so last year, I was able to talk to Pizza and Brew, and they were nice enough to allow me to have a quarter of the front quarter of their restaurant, and we had an ILDS New Year's Eve party right there, and right here where the pineapple dropped right here, and it from about we started about 5-6 o'clock until about 10 o'clock. Things were like pretty. That's cool. It was a lot of fun. From 11 o'clock to about 2 is when things got nutty. Like things started to get a little strange, in a fun way. But
Yes.
it was
It was
very,
it was-
very crowded.
Well, if you were down here, were you down here then?
Yeah,
So it was
we-
nuts. It was busy.
great.
It
We
was
walked.
busy.
We
It was
walked
fun.
from my condo.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 girlfriends, and we just basically hopped from the condo to O'Leary's and
Yep.
danced to reggae.
Yep.
And then we went to Nikki's on Palm,
Yep.
and she had a sort of funky lady singing.
yeah, we
May,
know.
may
We know
Nikki's
of-
rest in peace.
May Nikki's rest
You know
in
it's
peace.
closed.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, they closed down last month.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, anyways, good
and
place.
then we ventured downtown here and just kind of walked around, and then there was this EDM stage near State Street where it was like a light show and like a little rave,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never seen Sarasota like that.
Now, if you like those kind of shows, you can go up pretty much to Art Ovation. You know where Art Ovation is
Yep,
at? Okay.
mhm.
So the rooftop bar at Art Ovation, usually every Friday and Saturday night, or Friday or Saturday, you'll have either Joey D up there playing. There's 2 other very good DJs, and you'll have little mini raves going on up there.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but that was just fantastic.
But it was
so
good to
much
have
fun.
an entire city out.
Like
you
the
know?
whole street,
Mhm.
everybody was dancing, and then this whole main street was just filled with food trucks and drink trucks.
So you go up to the Fresh Fridays.
I haven't
Which-
been
the
there.
fir-
no.
oh.
Which I don't think there was one yesterday, by the way.
Oh my
Yesterday
God.
was
Oh my God! It was
First
yeah, it was the
Friday,
First
Fresh Friday, whatever
yeah.
you wanna call it.
Oh, you
I
know
don't
what?
think they had one.
ended.
That's
It
what I
was
mean.
a period of
Is it-
time, yeah.
Are we
yeah,
talking
it
about
was-
the art walk? First
No, no.
Just the band on the first Friday. They usually have a band. It used to be over on State.
Ah.
Then they moved it to Palm, and I think they ended it for the
Mhm.
summer,
They-
probably
yeah,
for
but
the
I
next
think
few
it's the
months
heat.
because it's too hot.
Yeah, I just think it's the heat. But for about 6 months, it was called Fresh Fridays. The first Friday of each month, they, like Scott was saying, they had it on State Street, and they'd close off the street. They'd have a stage at the other end, and like Bricks would have their outdoor little bars out there, and all and State Bar,
Street,
State Street Bar would have theirs out there as well. So it's since moved from there, then over to, I think it goes back and forth from Palm to then 5 Points.
Yeah.
And then, so I think now it's over for the season now.
Oh,
But it was,
yeah,
it was
no.
great. They'd close down the streets, bands would pop up, and 22N would play, or some little rave bands.
That's see.
But see, that kind of stuff, like those kind of little things, just make Sarasota in this area, downtown especially, just I don't know, I just love it. Love it.
When
Yep.
I first moved here in, like I said, I've been coming here since like the late 80s, early 90s. I remember I'd come to Main Street, and the only place that you could choose from was Madison's or the Gator Club, and there might be like 5 cars parked on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was dead. And
Yeah.
now looking how we're, growing.
I got here in
it's-
1980.
Oh, so you know exactly
So
what I
yeah,
mean.
this is just within the past 10 years, let's say, like downtown. 'Cause there was no reason to hang
So
out.
you're a thumbs up for the growth.
Absolutely.
We talk about this on every show, and I know you started earlier about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're 2 thumbs up on the growth and all the bars and restaurants, as opposed to
absolutely,
about
yeah.
one out of every 100 people will sit here and say they hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's too crowded.
yeah,
these
more than-
restaurants are bars.
and I can see
But
both
the
sides.
other 99 are all about it.
Yeah, and I see both sides of the argument. Sarasota is going under a phenomenal amount of growth, and as a realtor down here, I mean, there's so many projects happening right now. That's happening. So, but I think it's half. I can see both sides of the story
Right.
on that. But
Yeah.
Right.
hey, you know what? Thank you so
Well,
much
yeah,
for
Alex
coming out.
has an appointment. I think there's probably 20 people lined up
Oh,
for
I'm
some
sure,
acupuncture
I'm sure the rest
today
of
for
her day
her.
is probably
So
crammed.
I'm glad she came out and took the time.
Oh, and before you go, I'm sorry. We have a gift.
Oh yeah, here. Here, we're gonna give her.
Okay, so we're going to give you a couple things here. So for coming out, for our
Thank
guests,
you.
and actually for other select people who have the nerve to come up and talk to us from out of the
Exactly.
blue, I'm going to give you a house.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you property.
It was in the promo. If you
Okay.
read
So
the
this is the
ILDS
house.
promo, there's the house.
Okay, so that's a house
And
for you.
I like orange houses.
You want to?
You want orange or yellow? That's kind of.
No, I like orange.
Yeah, I guess that is orange.
That's yellow.
That looks yellow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's an orange house for you. Now here's the deed. So there's the deed to the house. Okay, so this is not fun and games, man. This is actually I'm deeding you this home. Okay.
Okay.
So
Here's a koozie. That one's much easier.
And actually,
I
you know
like
what,
the,
if
I
you
like the
could-
deed, and I like the house idea though.
No, it's
Do you
serious,
need
serious
me-
business. And maybe
Do
in
I
about
need to notarize that?
you're going to have to witness and
Witness
notarize.
it?
You are a notary, right? Okay, so if you would please put your name on this line right there. Just print that, please. Yep. All right, here's a pen. Is that a permanent or? We got a pen here
that
rather
was
than a
a
permanent.
Use the pen.
Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. So if you hold on to this, so after you sign that and after Scott witnesses, then just take that to the courthouse and go and file that. And as soon as you file that, you now are the owner, a proud owner of a small yellow house, mini house. That's all the rage. And, in about 10 years, it might be worth about, half a cent, if things keep on going up as they are. It's an actual Florida deed.
I know. I'm making sure I'm not deeding my house off.
No. It's actually, no, I
get to
checked.
keep
I
this?
checked. Yes, that's yours.
Okay.
That's yours. And then by the same token, I had to make sure that I wasn't actually in liable for giving. So I asked my broker. It's fine. Okay, Scott, would you please witness this?
Sure. Do you have the pen?
Yes. And just
Witnessing.
right
Actually,
down there
you
where it
actually
says.
have a line that says
Right down it
witnessing.
says. No, it's an actual deed.
I know, right?
Now, if anything happens, Mr. Pee Wee Herman is the one that wrote this up. So you're gonna have to go consult with him if there's an issue. All right, Scott.
All right.
Thank you. All right, so thank you very much. Please file that with the courthouse, and
Okay.
that is official.
Okay, so you're going to leave a few cards,
I am.
and if we don't pass them all out today, we will pass them out as we walk around town.
I'm already thinking of
Anybody
some
we
people. I know
know,
Teresa's
so-
going to want to do
Yeah,
something.
so if you leave as many as you want, we'll pass them. I know some people that would probably love to get 50% off.
So actually, what's one of the things, just in terms of your I Love Downtown Sarasota site, there'll be times that I'm like, what is going on in Sarasota tonight? And I start looking around, and then I sometimes can't find it, and then I'll see the next day, like, oh. So a nice thing would be to just keep everybody posted.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah.
You know what? You can Keys to Sarasota.
Join.
So
that.
ILDS doesn't put out like in advance of the weekend.
We
as
try
much.
to
They
as much
do,
though
but
as Keys does.
go to on Facebook. Go to Keys KEYS the number 2 Sarasota. It's Michelle, our friend Michelle's group, and she puts out usually Thursday or Friday
We're still rolling, right?
about 20 items that are going to be going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Keys to Sarasota.
Okay.
So like you go on there now and you can see that she's probably got 15 things going on this weekend.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
thanks for being here.
thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure
Absolutely.
to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. And please be keep that in a very safe place
Okay.
for that deed.
The
Very
house.
important stuff. I only got a limited amount of properties left here in downtown Sarasota. And this property is over by Cherokee Park.
Okay.
So I mean, I think it's got probably about appraisal value of about $1.5 million.
I don't want to be late for my pet.
No, I understand. Thank you so much for coming out. All right. See, that's fantastic. See, those are the people, and it was very, very nice for Alex to come by here. The people that make up Sarasota and make it fantastic, the fantastic place that it is. Such a mix, such a wide variety of people down here. So we want to thank her very much for coming by. So I think the temperature now, I would probably tip in about 120, I think, right now. But thank God for the breeze. It's a pretty nice breeze out. We're looking about 11 o'clock right now, a little bit before 11, right here in front of the Gator Club, who very, very graciously allows us to stay here. And, as well as Parker's Books Bazaar, a great place to come by for your used books and new books. So please, if you're down in this area, please pop into the bookstore here and take a look. A lot of stuff. We do. We absolutely do. Unfortunately, we don't have a fourth headset, but we do have a fourth mic.
I don't need to hear myself.
Oh, but you will. But you'll hear it out of there. Oh, you have to go right up on there. So right up on there. So, okay, thank you so much for coming. And if you could just introduce yourself, please.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, you have to go right up on
Okay.
there like a rock star.
Here I
I'm
come.
sorry, right up
Like a
uncomfortably
rock star.
close to the thing, just like this. Like
I'm
almost.
Tara Tominelli.
Okay. I have to get new mics that kind of come up right up on you. Okay.
My name is Tara Tominelli.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. One of the co-founders of SRQ Community.
Okay.
And I'm Krista Lilly, the other co-founder of SRQ Community, and we are honored and thrilled to be here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you could describe a bit what you do here, and Mark Klecka, so I'm here. I'm a realtor down here in downtown. And Scott, you met Scott, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So we do this every weekend. We come down between here. We go to Bricks, and pretty much back and forth. Occasionally we'll go over to the Bazaar on Apricot and Lime, which
That's where I'm at.
that's okay. All right. So Kim, Kim,
I know Kim.
fantastic
I
person.
have a boutique over there. Mhm.
Yeah, it's like where she has the time to. I don't think she sleeps.
I don't think she does
I don't
either.
between like the comedy shows and between like the concerts and Hamlet and all that stuff she's got going on.
She's doing good stuff in the community.
And then she runs every morning. And watch your head, Scott. Oh, if you want to position the top ones, the fans for yourselves up there, on you, these little fans.
Okay, good. So I'll let Kristen take over and tell the audience about SRQ Community and what we do.
So we started out wanting to meet an emergent need in our community. Unfortunately, there was several different needs in our community. We had local artists that were losing venues, that were losing markets. We also had small businesses that were not being frequented anymore by locals. And on top of that, we had nonprofits losing volunteers and losing donations. And so we took the three of those things and took a leap of faith. We just pre-ordered a venue. We didn't even know what we were going to do at that
God, I
point.
love that. That's kind of like we did right here. Leap of faith and just like, I love that.
Total leap of faith.
We still don't know what we're doing.
We still don't know what we're
But they
doing.
know what they're doing now. We
At
don't.
least you have a business plan. Okay.
We're making progress. We're making progress.
But you know, when you live in a community like this, you can't help but want to do something to benefit this community. It's the only place I've ever known as home for the most part. And no, I'm not local from here, but it was the instant feeling I got from here. So one thing that we decided to do, we both own boutiques. So yes, in a sense, we are competitors, but we saw a need in the community that was greater than competition. So we joined forces and we started our first event called SRQ Fashion. It was a fashion show where the proceeds were raised to help, at that time it was Mothers Helping Mothers. We would choose a different organization each time. While at that event, guests were allowed to walk around showcases of local artists and businesses that had rented booths within that space. So it was kind of a triple effect. We were asking for donations, we were asking for volunteers, all for the nonprofit we were sponsoring. But at the same point, we wanted to highlight some of the amazing services, industries, and artists that we have here.
I'm sorry, I was away for a second.
Oh yeah,
When
Scott was
when
making
did you
a
start
sign.
it? Yeah, I was making a
Yeah,
sign
yeah.
so everybody knew
Apologies.
you guys were here.
Literally in the midst of COVID.
Okay.
It just became really apparent that the community was it was just in need, and that was something that she and I both felt strongly. You know, again, it didn't matter that technically we do the same industry. What does it matter? This is our hometown. She's my neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
as are the other people that live here, and what could we do to serve them? And it was just going to be kind of a one-time event, but as people were leaving,
Now this is the fashion show you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
that was June in 2021.
Okay.
And everybody kept asking, when's the next one? What else are you guys doing? When's the next one? What else are you going to help with? How else are you going to benefit the community? And we were still reeling from getting all of that taken care of. But that's when we realized, no, this is a thing, and this is needed, and we're going to go for it.
I think that's exactly the moment when SRQ Community was born, and we were like, okay, we're doing this.
That is awesome. You know what? And
They got the
as,
hook. They got the hook.
They got
as
the
you're
hook.
And then they
speaking,
got the fever for it.
Yeah.
as you're speaking, I'm thinking about just and what you were saying about doing it for Sarasota and just for what this community needs. Kirsten, I'm thinking about Kirsten Sponseller. And
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
Kirsten.
Mhm,
Okay,
yeah.
so different thing, right? But she the same passion that she does it for Sarasota. Like
Right.
she does it for the love of Sarasota, and you know because of her love, now she's on ABC. You know she's the events reporter for ABC. God bless her. But yeah, just that love and passion for Sarasota, which is kind of like what we're doing
and
here as well.
kudos to you, the Make-A-Wish
What-
that you guys put together. You and Veronica.
So we did the
They
Make-A-Wish
did the
Foundation.
Make-A-Wish at,
We had
Center Bistro.
and we have to thank Nicole Hancock.
Right.
Please let's make sure everything's cool. Cool, everything good? Okay.
Nothing.
We
As
just
long as
make-
this canopy, I'm more worried about this thing.
No, we're okay.
We're fine.
Don't scare our guests. Okay. No, but we had actually a fantastic event there, and the mayor came down and talked to a fantastic wish child for Make-A-Wish, and it was just a great event. And just for Sarah, and even like what we're doing right here,
Yeah.
you know, just talking to people on the streets. Granted, the tent says Caldwell Banker all around it, but
We've got one on. We've
That's
got a
actually
different one on
incidental.
order, right?
That's actually incidental.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think you and I spoke a little bit about the mayor.
Yes.
He will be here at noon if you hang around.
yeah, he'll be at noon if you need to speak with him.
Excited because as a nonprofit organization to be able to partner directly with the community
Yeah.
and with
Right.
the council, it would be an amazing opportunity for us to hear emergent needs that maybe wouldn't be brought to us in any other way.
Yeah.
You know, our last event was for an organization that the hurricane happened, so we split the proceeds, and we also helped with hurricane aid. So we took a big drive for supplies, gift cards, and things that they needed. And that's kind of what we're here for: is what is the need, how can we meet it, and at the same point, just pull the community together because you know we build each other up.
Right.
Right.
And no matter what that need might be, right? So if it would be beneficial to have a concert to benefit something, like to raise money for something that you put together a concert possibly. You organize with the community to be able to get a block, someone to do it, like that kind of. You'd organize something like that for a.
We would. You know, honestly, our backgrounds are fashion, so the fashion shows were always a bit
Okay.
Right.
kind of an easy go-to for us. But we are branching out into education as well.
And that's my background is education as well.
She ran a absolutely amazing preschool for years and really influenced those children in such a way that we kind of thought we've got to add that into our SRP community.
Right.
So what we're seeing is a lot of service-based industries here do not have any young youth looking up or coming into it.
Mentoring them, yeah.
And why don't we pair those kids? I have 3 daughters. Not all of them are probably going to be collegiate bound. That's fine. There is a job for them. And if I can help them find their people, their passion, why not do it? So that's something else we're looking at finding a space so that we can do financial literacy, so we can do like job matching, just different things like that to also benefit those businesses in the community because they have an apprentice.
Right. So how would one get involved? So let's say somebody on the outside who does not know about it but loves your passion and what you're doing. Can somebody get involved in some way with what you do, or is it best as just being contributory and donations to help you do what you do? Or can they become directly involved?
I think that they can come directly involved. I mean, what we're really needing right now is sponsorship for our events and also volunteers. Volunteers are huge because if we don't have volunteers, none of this works.
Sure.
So we need hands, talents, businesses getting involved. Some of the things that we're needing is like for our fashion show, we're looking for a local videographer to donate time. Photography to donate time, things like that.
And when is the fashion show coming up?
October 22nd, and it's going to be at the Meadows Country Club.
Okay.
So shout out to the Meadows Country Club because they're sponsoring the venue.
Sure.
Okay.
And that way we can give 100% back to our beneficiary, which is going to be Satchel's Last Pet Resort this year.
You know what? And I think I'm safe to say this. You may want to approach Nicole Hancock over at Cinebistro.
Yes,
for
we're
that
having
space.
an event
Yeah.
there.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
you're already? Okay.
We do monthly socials. And so
Okay.
that's how people can get involved and learn more about SRQ
Perfect.
fashion.
So tell us about the next few monthly socials.
So these socials are every 3rd Tuesday, and we try to pick a different location every month. This one I'm kind of excited about because my husband took me on a date there, and I was a little upset at first.
No. Where was this?
I can't wait to find out about this place.
We've been married over 21 years, and he said,
Good for
"I've
you."
got somewhere new for us to go. And I'm looking, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Dress up all great. And then
Right, the top of the
we go
Ritz.
to
We're
a
going to the
liquor
Ritz.
store, And I'm like, excuse me?
Hey, where'd you end up going?
We ended up at a liquor store.
Oh, you know of this place probably. being
What
from
was
here.
that?
Go ahead.
I know where this is going.
It's a liquor store
Right.
with a bonus. And so I absolutely fell in love with the concept of the speakeasies that were in there. They're very upscale. They're very classy.
So you like Pangea?
I do. I love it all. They do wine tasting.
So I'm sure it got more impressive as you were walking down the alley.
No, she's talking about a different place.
Oh.
It's a liquor store. It's a different place.
Oh, it's a different place.
It's
Oh.
called the Dive. It's on Clark and Swift, right where the Dutch
Oh,
is.
okay. I don't know about this
Yeah.
one.
You have to go there. It is simply amazing. They have 2 different speakeasies. If you know, you know, but somebody will tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's a secret until I just told everybody here.
So
Yeah, we're just kidding about that speakeasy down there.
We really wanted women to know that this is a great place to go for a ladies' night or whatever. So we're going to be doing some sangria specials and things. So we encourage women in the community to come on out for that. It's mostly a social, but they're absolutely free to come talk to us and ask us about what we do and
How they can get involved.
participate. Yes.
So that's July 18th, right?
Correct.
It is
Okay.
July 18th.
July 18th.
And that's just a woman's gathering?
Well,
I'm not
I mean, if
crashing
I
it.
want to come, can
I crash it? No, I'm just kidding. I know, I'm kidding.
Hey, way to make things uncomfortable,
Yeah.
Scott.
Crash it. You can
No,
crash
we spoke earlier. She said there was going to be something that men can come to at some point or something like that.
we've
so.
had the request.
Again, we're here to meet emergent needs.
Yeah.
Our emergent needs that we were hearing last December were either I'm new to the area or I've lived here my whole life and I don't have friends.
Sure.
Well, that's inexcusable. We
Right.
can fix that.
Yep.
So we decided we would fix that. So we jumped on board to fill that need. But now we're hearing the gentlemen are a little left out. So they are more than welcome to attend the event. So we do have one upcoming that I think the gentlemen are going to like. It is at a brewery. And if you go to our website, you can find out more about that. It's srqfashion.com. And you'll be able to find out about all the other events. And again, it's not totally all women inclusive, but that's how it started. And again, we're here to meet the needs. So gentlemen, you need to meet a friend or a future bride.
Come on out. And
Very
I
cool.
think I think the socials are nice too because we're exposing, the small businesses that maybe people don't know in the area, and especially people that are new to the area
that
as
are
well.
sponsor that are out there sponsoring.
Yeah, again, I honestly was heavily disappointed in my husband's first impression.
Right.
Really.
Going to
So
the
I
dive,
thought
especially
you-
the name of the place, right? The dive.
The dive. Well, that's kind of like usually like probably like the best place.
But
You
usually
like,
those are the best places.
Yeah, like-
Yes,
the
yes.
dive or
They have done an amazing job with it. The two bars have their own different feel. They actually have their own different names, but very classy, very upscale. And again, if you didn't know, you'd be a little disappointed walking in, going, "This is not where I wanted to head."
Yeah, and this is so. I thought initially everything leading up to what she was talking about. I thought she was talking about Pangea. Down
I
here.
wouldn't
Are
be
you familiar?
disappointed. As soon as I seen wine, I'd be like, I'm all in.
Have you guys been to Pangea?
No.
An Alchemy? Okay.
oh, that's
You've
through
been,
the
okay, so you know what I'm
alley.
talking about?
Yeah.
So it's a speakeasy, and it's like those who know, those who don't. So if anyone's listening here, they could know, but maybe they won't. But it's actually the alley right down here, right off of Lemon. Take a left here behind Boca. Continue down, and if you go into the back door of this, and I think it fits like 30 people, I
Yeah, it's
think.
not
And if,
very
if there's
big.
any more than 30 people, you're standing outside, like you're in the green room with the skull on the wall, and then outside. But you're walking up to this place, and you're not impressed. Like if you don't know about this place, and you're being taken on a date there, say, "Baby, I swear you're gonna love this place. Look, it's gonna be great." You'd be like, "We are never going anywhere in this relationship."
It's a pretty,
Like as
and
you walk in
it's
towards
a pretty
the place.
clean alley too, so that's
And
not
it's
so
well,
bad.
it's a downtown alley, so it's not really that.
This alley's not that
But-
dirty,
but
honey. Go
it's
to an
not
alley in
impressive.
Chicago.
Sarasota.
The rats are the size of your dog if you go to an alley in Chicago.
Oh yeah. Here they're about like
So that
they're
alley's
gerbils
really
here.
clean for me.
Yeah, but going up there is not impressive. But when you go in, so if you're familiar with it, if you ever go in there and you see it's like little appetizers. It's not, you don't eat there, but the
Uh-huh.
appetizers are very very gourmet and good, and the drinks are phenomenal.
To
And
try
they're
it
so
out.
good. Check it out. It's right down
Yeah.
here. It's called Alchemy, and you'll see it's a white door, and it'll have like arrows pointing to it. So it's kind of a giveaway. But if you don't know to go in the alley, you won't ever find it.
Right.
But that's
So-
one of the great things about Sarasota. It's one of the few Florida towns I was not graciously entitled to visit as a child. So I'm still a little miffed about that because when my husband and I were able to bring our girls here just so I could check it off my I've been there, done that Florida map, I knew instantly it was home. There's just something about Sarasota. It may not appeal to you until you get here and then you are like, wow.
That's exactly right.
So-
because you can tell, like Scott, you mentioned this before too. You can tell people how cool this and great this is, but they'll be like, "Okay, you live there, get it, you like it, that's fine." But no, you come here and find out that you got a 2-block radius to get to the water, 10 great restaurants, music venues, Cask and Ale with the live music there, all these seafood restaurants, the Bay Project, which is going to be ridiculous when that thing gets all 4 phases are built up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a scooter. You just walk. You walk everywhere, and when they get here, like, wow, you weren't kidding. Like this really is like a big town feel, a big town city feel, in a small area.
Yeah. So tell and I hope they didn't mention all this when I was over there, but
I'm sure they did.
I know we talked a little bit on the phone. How long have you been here? Tara, whoever wants to go first, Tara or Kristen.
I have been here since I was a little girl, about 4th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only discovered this place, I want to say 5, 6 years, a little over 6 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. And
So-
where did you go to school?
So I went to school at Brentwood Elementary, and
Okay.
then Sarasota Middle
Sarasota High.
School, and then Sarasota
Said
High.
high school. Okay. Do you know Phil Ducanay?
I don't.
Okay. All right, just thought it because he went to school. Because I went to Carla Mooney.
Okay.
So you always killed us in football, all the time. And if anyone went to Riverview, they killed us both. But no, I got here in 1980, so I've been
Okay.
here for about 80 years now.
Yeah.
So it's but it's
moved
good
here-
to see
you were 80
everything
when you
built.
moved here
man.
in
You
80.
saw everything built,
I
Sarasota
did.
and downtown.
My father-in-law had several businesses, and still has some business. He owns Memories over on 41.
Yes.
And he had Sports
yeah.
Page downtown. So we've seen a lot of the,
Okay.
progress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sports
definitely.
page. Yeah, that turned into a couple. It's gone now, right?
It's gone, yeah, they
for
tore it
quite
down.
some time.
Mhm.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about memories the other day.
Yeah, I
It's a
forgot.
dive.
No,
it's a dive. Yeah, they said, but they loved it.
No.
And I haven't
it's
been there.
part of Sarasota
I'm
history.
new
That
here,
place.
Yeah.
so I've only been here like 9 months.
So he owns
So-
that property, but he sold Memories a few years ago. But
Okay.
he still owns all the property, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so like a lot has changed down here,
Mm-hmm.
and even down like you're amazed at what's happening right now. but the next year to 2 year forecast down here is unbelievable. Like for those that kind of see what the plans are and the lots that are, and here's that love-hate relationship with that new project. Have you heard about the Obsidian?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do you know about the Obsidian?
No, I do not.
All right. So right there in front of Bay Plaza, between Bay Plaza and Art Ovation.
Okay.
There's that small row of little shops. There's a and look at that hand.
Oh my.
Yeah. There's a barber shop, an art dealership, or not dealership, an art gallery. It's a small little strip mall, like 5 shops, and a very narrow parcel of land. So, the Obsidian is the condo that's going to be built right there, and it's going to be the tallest condo in downtown Sarasota by 100 feet.
Oh wow.
So it's going to be 335 feet tall, and it's causing quite the stir down here for people that, because it's actually it's kind of it's loopholing in like a city ordinance right now, that because it's downtown Bayfront zoned, it's with 18 stories, but nobody there's no classification of how tall a story has to be, so you could have 14-foot floors if you'd like to. It just costs that much more to build, so they tend not to do that. But then you also have between the stories. So this one actually has 15 feet between the stories for like plumbing and all that. A little bit more than necessary, which makes the 18 combined with the floors to take it up that high. So there are some people that are incensed about this. Others that think it's great. So I see both sides of this, but
in any time when a place is growing like this, there's going to be a lot of love-hate choices. It's kind of where we get together as a community and we just make the best of it if it wasn't the best choice. But that's what I love about Sarasota is most of us were not fortunate to be born here. But
We found it.
We're glad we're here.
We found it. We found it. We love it.
Yep. And actually, to take back to the Sarasota Bridge, back when the Ringling Causeway went up, people hated that. It was such an eyesore. It was because they liked the old bridge. It was, classy and all this. It's the icon of Sarasota now. It's the picture you see the most about Sarasota. So, yeah, I mean, I see it's going to be a learning curve, I guess, like an adjustment. But then also the Zenith building, the Zenith building right down here, that's coming down.
That's coming down, I heard. Yeah.
So that's going to be a hotel condo complex. And right down here on Main Street, where Pacifico? I keep saying this wrong. It's the pizza place on the left-hand side, that small one. That's becoming the DeSoto, and that's going to be a hotel, 250-unit hotel right there.
I think with retail at the bottom.
And retail at the bottom, you're correct. And then also passed by the movie theaters. That's also 2 towers of residential with retail on the bottom. So there.
And then you've got downtown on the other side of the 301. That Limelight District.
That's Kim's place, and that's going to explode the next 5 years.
So downtown is expanding every day.
They picked a awesome place. I know
They sure did.
people were probably questioning that choice, but man, did they pick a great place.
Oh, Kim and Limelight.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful place for small businesses and artists to kind of get a start up. I myself was the first. I started up there when I moved to Sarasota, so huge thanks to them. It is an incredible place to visit, especially if you're looking for something locally made.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we will be doing this there next week.
Every third
Saturday
Saturday, we do this from
Kim
Bazaar.
was nice enough to invite us, and
Wonderful.
we did it last month. Was our first time. We're doing it next week, so kind of
Pretty
different.
fun.
Different.
And apparently
flavor.
Pam McCurdy will be joining us,
Pam
right?
McCurdy.
Because Les is out of town from McCurdy's.
Fun.
So Pam McCurdy will be joining us, which is fantastic. I mean, she's fantastic. Who else? The drummer from
Monkey Finger.
Monkey
I've
Foot?
not seen that. Monkey Finger.
Monkey Feet.
I've not seen that local
Hey,
band.
hey,
it's a
they-
local
it could
band.
I have
could
not
be
either.
great.
Yep. And then
Like, how's that guy supposed to go with the car in front of him?
and then
I guess if you
2
honk
weeks
a
from today,
horn, then that makes it better.
We're going to be in front of
I'm sorry, I digress.
Bricks and Rise and Eyes.
Nice.
So Rise and Eyes is one of our favorite places. We talk about them. We talk
Oh,
about
Rise and
them
Eyes. I cannot do enough
every week.
for Rise and Eyes.
You know,
They
what
do
a,
amazing
what a
job over
great
there.
place to give back to the community.
So, of
right there,
course,
right?
every ice cream eating contest, every banana eating contest, we're right there. Well, you
I'm
are
doing
too.
the play-by-play, and Mark is competing.
So I'm there choking on the beignets, and Scott's there
laughing.
to back
Pretty
me
much
up and say, "How
laughing
come
at
only
him.
2? How come only 2?" I'm choking, Scott.
And it's recorded.
And we're recording it too.
So-
But the whole thing is great, and Beaver does a fantastic job.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gator does amazing. He does
And-
amazing work in our community, and it's kind of amazing to watch that grow and to watch how it's growing to help that certain need.
And they're
as well.
putting up a few more. There's going to be multiple Rise and
Well,
Eyes.
there's a wait list of over 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually,
She
and
knows
Erin's
how to
doing
work.
something as well on her own, of which I'm not sure if I can elaborate, but she's to the same
His
kind
wife,
of
Erin.
to be able to hire as well, to try to dig into that waiting list that they have. Such a great cause. It just occurred to me too, what might be very beneficial to both of you. We do a Florida Economic Club every month. We do it here at the Gator Club.
Okay.
And it's essentially we have Sarasota leaders talk. We actually had the mayor speak. We had the CEO of Selby Gardens come and speak. We had the CEO of SRQ Airport come and speak. Beaver last month came and spoke. So, and then we have a nice group of also area businesses that come up here. So it's on the second floor. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. And you guys are welcome to come. It's a really good time. And it's a great way to go ahead and also hear about what's happening immediately downtown too,
Yeah,
and
we'd
for you
love to
guys to
join you.
socialize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, please leave a
Yeah.
card, obviously cards and everything. And
Whatever
Scott,
contact information. I have your number, but yeah, I think that would be good for you guys to get in front of some businesses and
It's really important to us to kind of share our mission because, when we first popped up, it's, oh, great, another nonprofit. But that's kind of what our tagline is. We're not just another nonprofit. We're here to serve the ones that are already existing and serving the community. The problem is they're out doing the groundwork and they're the hands and the hearts. They don't have time to do the fundraising. They don't have time to do the awareness events. They don't have time to launch new programs. That's where we come in.
Yeah, that's where we come in.
So I'm on two
elevate that.
committees with the Real Estate Association of Sarasota and Manatee. I'm on the, which is RAISM. I'm on the RAISM Realtor Charitable Foundation committee, and then Community Outreach. Have you talked to anybody over there yet?
No, we're just not getting to where
Okay.
we're able to expand outside of ourselves. Again, the
No.
more volunteers we have, the more awareness we can
Right.
create.
But there might be some funds
Okay.
there. I can't speak for them. I probably shouldn't say this, but we can talk off air on that, because I'm new. So yeah, but you're right. I mean, there's plenty of need. There's plenty of need for a lot of things.
Yeah, and just so people completely understand, we are 100% volunteer based, to the point that our goal is to maximize over 100. We would like to get to 100% give out, which is going to take a while, but we're right at 93% of what we intake, we give back out, and that's super important to us. So if we can cut those extra costs out, that means every
Right.
dime in is going directly to the foundations, the funds, and this community.
Yep, that's our goal.
And how many volunteers do you currently have?
It averages each event. There's certain types of volunteers we have. We have committee members that are kind of committed for about a year to 2 years. We have volunteers that help out just for events. We have volunteers to help out at socials. So really, there's something for everybody. If you don't have a lot of time, even if you have a talent you can donate, like a bookkeeping, something that you're better at than we are, please call us.
Right. No, and being on these committees for the first time, because I've only been here a short time, it's very interesting to be on a nonprofit committee like that. And
Yes, it is.
the amount of work is tremendous. You don't probably think about it. And, we have meetings once a month, but when we go and do events, like next Saturday, I'm going to be a little late to the podcast because I'm going to be at Siesta cleaning the beach. That's part of the outreach committee. We did a huge event that took a ton of time. And a lot of people don't realize how much is involved in putting together an event, let alone one every month. And then if you throw in an extra one there, here or there. So kudos to you guys for doing that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You know.
Honestly, the more hands, the less work.
Right.
So that's been great as community members step up and help. It's really sharing the load, and it makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable for everybody because we're getting to do just little micro spots that kind of create these events, and it gives us all ownership and giving back to the community, and I think that's a great thing. That's something that we both want to push, is that philanthropy is not just donations of money. It's your time, your talents, and your treasures.
Right.
If you don't have treasures, what talent do you have? If you don't feel like you have a talent? What time do you have? There's always a way to give back.
And that's what the committees are. You've got a mix of those people, right?
That's exactly what we're looking for,
Yeah.
a good mix of talent,
Yeah.
volunteers.
So how else can someone help? I guess those three things mainly. Business. I guess the businesses can donate money,
Yes.
and get a little bit of recognition.
Absolutely. We
Marketing,
believe
whatever.
100% in giving exposure to people that are giving back to the community, because we want the community to then go back and support them.
Right.
Because it's just doing the lovely life cycle in our community as a whole. So we 100% love to stand behind organizations that are standing behind us.
All right. For the first time ever, we are filming this. So Mark's back there working on the camera. We've never done that before. We probably should have said that before we started.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you're being recorded.
By the way, you're being recorded. It's only being audio up until today.
I did not
Mark-
sign this disclosure.
No, that's what I mean. Maybe we should have
And
told them
definitely
before.
not disclosure about Facebook Live right
Facebook Live. I just texted somebody. Go on ILDS and see if we really are live, because I don't believe
now.
that.
Check it. Yeah, go on to
So yeah, we are doing that. But yeah, Mark went bananas on Amazon about a week ago. Those fans above you. We've got cameras, and
Okay, so
he bought a
so-
canopy that didn't come in time, so he
Yeah, so that's why
he lifted this one from somewhere.
Yeah, I stole it from Caldwell Banker, but which I happen to work at, which probably doesn't help me by admitting that. But I had a canopy, and then probably for the best, because then I also bought a TV stand and a 45-inch flat screen. It was going to go behind us, so whoever was on here was going to be able to see themselves back here.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, I went a little nuts. You know, so it's like 10 o'clock at night on Amazon, and you're just like, oh, that looks
it
good.
sucks
That
in.
looks good. And you know
Sucks
you
in.
can get
And
it the
you're
next day.
six-
The next day, you,
6 Modelo's deep.
it's right,
That's
and
your
literally
problem.
it's Christmas in July because I've come up to 15 packages at the door. I'm like, yes, and you can return them whenever you want. So,
Yeah.
For a mobile podcast, this isn't a bad setup, so you're doing a pretty good job, I gotta say.
Yeah,
thank you. This thing is like a
It's
constant
evolving.
project, like we
It's-
keep
it's
saying.
evolving.
It's a constant project. We didn't know. You know, luckily it's well received. Hopefully people get value from this, and we're able to help the community, and people are welcome to come talk to us. And this is really what it's about: talking to people, literally walking around, walking by. This is all this is.
Well, we
Sarasota
appreciate you
Street Talk.
doing this. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
and
it's
before
great.
you guys
Oh,
leave, we
yeah.
have a little gift for
We
you
have
both.
houses for them.
Okay, so you are going to be given properties. Okay, so I'm going to give you a house, and you get a house, and you get a house.
Oprah.
Okay, but that's not just where that ends.
Oh, here, and I'm going to
Okay,
give them
so-
each a koozie just because.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give you the
And,
deed to
and
your home.
We'll talk, but
Okay, you have the deed to your house right there. So if I could please get your full name that you'd like to see on the deed.
Wonderful.
Or something.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
TINLILLY. And anyone can find me on Facebook if you've got other questions, as well as Tara Tominelli.
Oh, and also please give all your contact information as well as your website.
Yeah, do
Anything
it
else
again.
if you'd like to while we're giving away
While you're
property.
while he's filling out the
We're
deeds, you
selflessly
can-
giving away properties
If
right now.
there's- Yeah, if there's phone numbers or Facebook or anything like that, give out the full information.
So it's SRT Fashion. If you put the little @ sign in front of it, that's how you're going to find us on all social media at SRT
T.
Fashion. Our email is srtfashioninc@gmail.com.
It's a long Italian name.
You can reach out to us personally. You can reach out through our social.
Right.
Our website is srtfashion.com. Please
I'm the
check it
witness.
out. And I am absolutely. I've heard tiny homes were a thing, but
Oh,
I
oh.
didn't think they were this tiny.
They're going to get tinier. So actually, we're way ahead of our time. So probably 5 years from now, these are going to be all.
Day. I wanted a tiny home.
These are going to be the rage. Okay, so now Scott is signing as a witness your deed. So if you then on Monday, please take these deeds to the clerk of the court, file them, and you are now the proud owner of 2 tiny homes with the combined value probably of about 2 cents. But if you hold on to them, they may be worth 5 cents in 10 years.
You never know in
what?
Sarasota.
That's more than what I came here with. So
There we go. There we go. So please
Thank you.
Please put those in a safe place. Please enjoy your tiny homes. And actually, there is a market for those because if you go around downtown and look at all the ferry doors, have you seen all the ferry doors downtown?
Yes.
So obviously
Yes.
the same people that use those ferry doors will be using your tiny homes.
So put them on the spot like you do everybody towards the end. How do you put them
So
on the spot?
what is your favorite 2 restaurants in downtown?
And every restaurant owner pays attention to this, so be careful.
No, actually,
I'm
but
just
is everything so different though? So I mean, if
There's no
they
wrong
may like
answer.
seafood, and obviously Hyde Park's not seafood. So
Okay, Tara, you're first.
Owens.
Owens Fish Camp.
You mentioned it
Owens
a little
Fish
earlier.
Camp. Okay, they're
Yep.
2 for 2 so far.
There's one.
Yep.
It's going to be one of mine as well. But if you're new to Sarasota or you haven't done it, the rooftop bar on Weston does have some light bites and food.
Yep.
Best sunset in Sarasota.
Yep. Okay. Now, have you been to Artovation?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you been to
It's
Sage?
a different sunset.
That's on my list.
Sage is a very cool. It's the 3rd one down, obviously, as far as
Yeah,
height's
it's
concerned.
For
But it's got a very cool just view
it's a-
of the
yeah,
area.
It's a neat.
And if
neat
you know,
vibe
now
on
also
the roof.
choose it this way,
Right
the
here.
taco bar. So you
He's
know there's gonna be a
coming in.
rooftop taco bar coming in here right next
Yes.
to Brewster's. So that's
Yum.
exciting.
Okay, Tara,
if-
second choice. Or second.
I digress.
choice.
Gotcha. No, I just.
No, I'm such a
But we've
squirrel
got plenty
guy.
of time. I'm not rushing anybody.
Oh no!
If the mayor shows up at noon, we might have to make him wait till 12:30.
Did you just say that, Scott? It's the mayor.
I know
You
he's
don't
the
make the
mayor,
mayor
but he's our
Okay.
friend. He's our friend, and he likes these guys.
He is
He's
an
good
amazing
as-
guy. Yeah, he is.
I do
So.
like bricks. I love their
All right.
brisket.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bricks.
Good brisket.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, the
And-
GM, was on the show a
Oh,
couple months
nice.
ago.
Mhm.
She's awesome.
And those burnt ends.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, if you like bacon, then that's like to die for.
Well, what's
and here's
better
my
than
little
bacon?
thing.
More bacon.
Right, wrap it in bacon. Take bacon, wrap it in bacon, and cook it with some bacon in bacon.
Have you ever had chocolate bacon?
A
No.
long time ago, I think I did.
Oh,
Did you really?
So good.
Way back.
Oh no, I've
Yeah,
not
it's
had.
been a long time.
I think it's safe to say anything in bacon is worth it. I think.
I agree.
Yeah. But it's absolutely fine. And I say this each time someone mentions bricks, and Scott knows what I'm going to say. And some people will find this funny, and some people won't. But I believe Jesus owns it. And I think he actually, because it's so good there, and the food is
It's
just
unreal.
incredible.
Yeah, it's
If you like
unreal.
barbecue, Bricks is definitely the place to go.
My second is probably going to be State Street.
All right.
And believe it or not, even though it's kind of an upscale bar and eatery, I love their hamburgers. Just saying.
Oh, they do have.
So
good
have you been to
hamburgers.
Beso?
I have.
And
sorry,
you know, it's same
Beso?
owner, same owners. Beso, right?
Beso.
You say Beso, I say Beso.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
We're still trying to figure out.
Yeah,
how
we're
you
still trying
pronounce
to
it.
figure out.
We're gonna go in there.
So it's kiss in Spanish, so I don't know.
It is Spanish, yeah.
There you go.
It's a Spanish restaurant.
Tapas.
So it is
Okay, maybe
Beso.
you
I
just
was right.
maybe you just won this round.
My high school Spanish class came back to me 100,
Ding, 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 ding.
100
Okay,
years
so
later.
He's the one going.
100
He's
years
the one
later,
going to
yeah.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, it is. A
Not
Spanish,
me. I'm
it's
staying
a
home.
Spanish restaurant. So yeah, Beso. There you
No,
go.
that place is really really good.
But
So
it
Owens
probably
being your
actually means
first, right?
something.
Owens,
Beso.
mostly just the ambiance, and I love seafood. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
have to when you live this close to the salty air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up in Alabama, so Louisiana wasn't too far away. And when you step out back there, it kind of takes me away to the bayou. And I remember visiting as a kid, except for a lot less mosquitoes.
Mm.
Snakes.
I know people talk about how it's like the long wait if you don't get there at 4 o'clock at Owens, you're not getting in.
Right.
And they talk like you got to get there. It's so crowded. Hey, I don't have no problem going into that center area listening to live music
Oh, and
on
back?
the park
That's
bench.
the only time I've gone. I
That's-
haven't
Not
sat
at
in the
all.
In
restaurant
fact, I don't
yet.
think I've ever been inside.
Get some
I haven't been
oysters,
inside. Yeah.
glass
Yep.
of wine, listen to the music.
Just
Yeah.
listen. Yeah.
I
and
I
just
said
enjoy the
earlier, my
tunes.
daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter were over there, and they still talk about it. You know,
And
from
you-
Chicago, she goes, she texted me about a great fish place up there, and she's like, it's still not Owens. So, yeah. big
and you really do
impression.
feel like you're out of downtown. I think that's what the magic part is, because you really
And they
feel
have
like
unique fish, like hogfish. You never see hogfish on the menu.
yeah. If you tried the gumbo,
Yes.
the gumbo is so good. Scott, have you had the gumbo?
I have not.
Okay, sometime try the gumbo.
I don't
Apparently,
think you can go wrong there. The whole menu is amazing.
Yeah,
And that's easily walkable, too, for me. So I should be there more often.
you should. You should.
Your waistline will tell you no. Your heart will say
But your heart and brain will say yes.
Well, you only live once. Enjoy.
Yep.
Moving here, I thought I'd get like in better shape because, you know, it's always outside. You can do activities, you can run.
Yeah.
But with the restaurants and the bars,
I'm just thinking we
nah.
wrap this up early right now and just go over to Owens.
Let's do it.
They're not even open, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you know.
Well, we always go out exactly at 1 o'clock and
Yeah,
get
1
a
o'clock.
little,
We go over here to the Gator
little,
Club and
something
have
to
some
eat
orange
and
juice.
something.
You know,
Yeah.
a
We
nice
go to
healthy
Gator Club
juice.
or we go to Bricks.
Vitamin
One of
C.
Get a
those two.
salad. You know,
You
healthy
get
stuff.
The Bloody Mary with a meal on top at Bricks.
Oh my
It's all
God! Oh,
good
that
stuff.
oh, that
You're
was
getting your
amazing.
vegetables.
Yeah.
You're getting your vegetables.
Yeah,
Have you had that?
vegetables, yes.
No.
Oh, Scott, tell about that. Because I'm not a
It's-
big mixed drink person, but what is it? It's
Oh well, the
Bloody Mary
Mary
with
is good, but then it's got a rib,
it's got an actual rib.
some burnt ends, and some pickled veggies.
Ooh,
Uh,
that sounds
cauliflower
amazing.
and
Very
pickle.
good. From
It's
what I
good
heard.
stuff.
And we don't want to drink all in one.
That's what brunch is for.
Exactly. I like how
Awesome.
you think.
Well, thank you so much for coming on with us. You
This
did
is
mention
great.
all the location, all the contact information for yourselves.
Yes,
If-
absolutely.
Yep, if you can leave cards and you've got some stuff that you can leave for us too.
Wonderful.
Would love to talk to you afterwards as well, like offline, about ways we can help and
Right.
us personally be involved in anything that you guys need. We have some connections with some people, venues. You mentioned videographer, you mentioned photographer. We actually have a fantastic photographer that does stuff for us gratis, just for exposure, which we give him quite a bit of. So if you were to use him
Wonderful.
as well,
Yeah.
we'd give him the exposure too to help you guys. But professional shots, essentially, does it for a hobby, but the shots are phenomenal.
That's amazing. And I do want to leave with one last big ask.
Okay,
especially
bring it.
because you're a realtor. So one of the problems that we've been hearing from the nonprofits that we've been working with and those that we're hoping to work with in the future is that there isn't a venue for events. They all rely on event space for either fundraisers or for educational events or for staff training, whatever it may be. And that's kind of our goal, is to eventually have
Our own space.
called SRQ Community. That would be just a cost per running maintenance operation only fee for nonprofits, and would be an affordable rental place to the public as well. This would be a great place for us to be able to do our education from, our events from, fundraisers from,
Support artists.
and support the community as well.
I have a suggestion. Are you familiar with? And now all of a sudden the name escapes me, but it's the Fogartyville. Do you know where Fogartyville is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's Rosemary District right here.
Okay.
So the community radio station.
Mhm.
I think it's 93.7, I believe, is the community radio station. So it's run out of a warehouse, a converted warehouse called Fogartyville. And what they do is it's a venue. So it's a music venue and event space with outdoor seating. They have a food truck there, and they run a lot of different things. Until maybe you get a space of your own, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and maybe link up with them and talk to them about possibly working together to do what you just said, to allow for other nonprofits to go ahead and use that, because their space isn't used all the time, and that's exactly what they're about, awareness.
Awesome. No, we would
Awesome.
love to partner with them, so you have been forewarned. We will be contacting
Yes,
you.
we will.
No, please. Well, I'll be contacting
We have
you.
no problem asking for what we want.
Right.
Yeah, no, please,
That's what
please.
it's all about.
If we can help you in any way,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you, I
like as
appreciate
far as
that.
promotion or just people, who we know or whatever, and vice versa. It's just that's what it's all about. It's
We-
all networking.
We do need male models on the runway, I'm just saying.
Scott, that's right up your alley. All right, so Scott, you want to talk about your Barbizon training?
My what?
Your Barbizon training.
Is that still even?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
Was that?
Sure, I'll do
where's
it.
Misty?
No, I don't.
No, we do. We love to have, we pull people from the community, and that's what we love the
Oh,
most
Misty just went by?
because it is
Well, that's probably good. That's probably good promo for me too. They can.
Yeah.
What's that? You
say
go
what
up there,
my
you be like
company is
the
and
you be the mortgage model.
Scott. Yeah, Scott the mortgage bottle.
You go and you just paint your website across your chest, and just kind of. Oh no, you have a QR code.
This
a
isn't
QR code
it's
across
not
your
a
chest.
strip joint. I'm not gonna have. I'm
Well,
gonna have
no, well,
clothes
ma-
on. It's a
well,
fashion
maybe-
show.
We probably have them in some artist-made clothing that would just be designed perfectly for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that cutting edge, that early morning runner
Scott,
that we all can't stand.
Remember that conversation we had
Personal
over at Cascadale where you said you wanted to be a model?
Here's your opportunity.
There you go.
I'll do it. It's for sure.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah.
What I mean, yeah.
Just
If
let,
you need,
let me know when it
Alright,
is, where to
They were
go.
like, Scott, good. Mark, no, that's fine.
No,
that's
no.
fine. Yeah,
We need
Not so
everyone
much.
Involved. Again, we're excited because the fashion show will be for satchels, and all I can say is if you are an animal lover,
Did you say satchels?
Yeah.
That's the
Satchels
dog
last-
place,
Yeah,
right?
they
Last Pet
mentioned it
Resort.
before.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
you're.
I'm
So,
sorry.
so do you
Yeah.
do that?
gotta be there. I can't say anything else because it's kind of a but you've got to be there.
So
gotta be there.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because we've heard from Satchels.
I have to go out of town in October, so hopefully it doesn't conflict.
Well, maybe you can pipe it in through video
When
or
you-
Zoom.
I'll be at a wedding.
Hey, you know
I'll be
what?
at a
I'll-
wedding. I
I'll have
can
my
just get
ro-
my wedding, whatever I'm
I'll have my
wearing at the wedding.
rolling TV, and we'll just roll it down the model as the wrong way.
It's really fun because
Walking
there's a
the
lot of
catwalk.
business owners that model.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
It
It'd be
just,
good
you
for
know,
my-
brings
it'd be fun.
more the
Yeah.
merrier. Yeah.
No, it'd be fun. Is it in October? Is it October?
October 22nd.
Who's that?
I won't be gone yet.
The mayor?
Oh, the mayor. We could get the mayor on the
You
runway.
know what?
Yeah.
If you want
The
to
mayor,
come back in about
20 minutes. And ask
30
them.
minutes.
We'll shame them right in. Well, what you kind of just did to me.
Yeah, 30
You know,
minutes or
when you
so.
got 'em
Come
on the
back
show,
in here.
You're in.
Yeah. We'll have Mr.
So
Kyle
Satchel's-
Petit here in
is Satchel the
15?
beneficiary for the entire year, or is
No,
it?
just for this fashion show.
Oh, for the fashion show. Okay, gotcha.
So every fashion show, we pick a different
Yeah. Each
beneficiary.
fashion show has a different beneficiary, but throughout the year, we meet emergent needs of any nonprofit that we're able to meet that need from. Speaking of which, we will be doing some school drives soon because we all know that there's an influx of school kiddos and
Right.
we're going to need lots of supplies at some of these schools, so keep an eye open for those.
Okay.
I love
Great.
that you guys
and
came
should
on.
we tell them about our lunch thing too that we're going to try to do this year about picking up the lunch tab for our students?
You know what I would? Go ahead.
Well, we all know
Oh,
those students that, for one reason or another, have a lunch tab that gives a balance. We're also looking for sponsors to sponsor children. Pick up that tab so that way they can continue to have a hot, healthy meal at lunch, or at least as healthy as the school
Or
system
breakfast.
What is-
serves.
I
So
think
what
one of
is
our
that
friends does that already. I think Christine set up a little group
What-
of like 4 or 5 people, and they do it. They just donate money and they throw
Yeah.
it in there, and then they go and they do pick up a couple tabs.
So
or,
what would
you know,
that entail then? So would it be like you're sponsoring a child?
And you're
Correct.
paying for
So
their
how much would a
lunches.
child cost?
So
roughly?
we're going to be going to the different school systems, especially those with more prominent needs, and saying what are some of the balances, and then we'll be
Get
able
the details, yeah.
without, saying who the student is.
No,
we'll
of
just
course,
have-
yeah.
we'll just have
Right,
the dollar
right.
amount. Will anybody be willing to pick
So it'd be
up this?
probably
Yeah.
you're looking maybe about $70 a month or so, like $250 a lunch if I remember correctly, or
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that would probably be the maximum.
That might have been pre-inflation. It might be a little more.
okay,
now,
might
you know.
might not be about two
be
Might be
$225.
$40 a day.
Yeah, now your Capri Sun's $3.
We're not going to get into politics. No, it's not really
No,
a
I'm kidding.
political thing.
Kidding.
It just is.
Don't get a
what
milk.
It is.
Don't get a milk. That's gonna be $5.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Milk's going up.
They're
Yeah.
upselling nowadays at the cafeteria.
It was- and
All right. Well,
No,
for that,
but
put me
that-
down
that's a
for
cool
a child
thing. Yeah.
for that. So when you
Yeah,
get that
we'll
organized,
talk
please
about
let
that.
me know.
yeah,
And
and
I'm
if
in
it means
for-
coming back on another time, as in a month or two, come back
Yeah.
Okay.
and promote something
We
new.
have our hands
Awesome.
in a lot of needs in,
Yeah.
in the community, so therefore we need a lot of hands and hearts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So please consider this obviously an open invitation. If you need to for any reason, or if you see just walking around and you see an empty chair, please
Right.
come up and just sit down.
Awesome. Love
Okay.
it.
Because we don't always have 3 guests on
Yeah,
a
this is
Saturday.
kind of-
Sometimes it's only 1. Sometimes,
Sometimes
it's
it's
2.
two.
Today happens to be
But
3.
we have this nice canopy.
Yes, we do.
And these
Well,
nice
you know,
fans.
Because you know what? It was-
Right. Oh, you feeling the fans?
I
Are they
love the
good? Is it
fans.
okay?
Yeah.
It's feeling good.
So
Thank
far, they're
God
still
Amazon
going.
came through on those.
Right.
They didn't delay those delivery, thank God.
Right. We got another one in case, another
Yeah.
bigger one just in case, So we try to keep our guests comfortable.
We got a good setup here.
I mean, we take a hit, but that's okay. All right, guy. Hey,
All right,
thank you
thank you
so
so
much,
much.
guys.
Thank you so much. It was
Kristen
so
and
much fun.
Tara. Right,
Awesome.
Super.
All right, and we have plenty of. Yep, we got plenty of. Got plenty of cards, right? And you left cards and contact information,
Cards for
right?
me. Do you got
Awesome.
SRQ cards?
It's not on there, Mister.
Oh, yeah.
early 50% off your first visit.
Ooh, yeah. I could do it.
We're giving Alex's cards out as a witness.
Yay.
You know that one? Oh, these are yours.
It's mine. And I think Kristen's got. I
don't have SRQ cards, but it just takes us to,
Just scroll.
Okay.
to the website.
I'll take it to
Yeah, so we're on Facebook Live right now. So we're going live. We're streaming. Is it showing accurately? Is it showing guests accurately and all that? Okay, cool. Nice. And do you have our cards? Just so you guys have our cards as well, and please do not forget to file those with the clerk with your deeds, because then it becomes actual, and you actually own that. All right, how's our canopy looking? Is it holding? And if Scott, if you watch your head, man. If you want to go and change that board. No, hey, thank you guys for coming by. So, again, more interesting people down here downtown. This is exactly why we do this, because so many stories. So we always, you hear, the streets. If the streets could talk, if those streets could talk, you know what? The streets do talk, and that's exactly why we're here, Sarasota Street Talk. So if anyone would like to come over, take a seat, chit chat about what you're doing here, how long you've been in Sarasota, if you like the area, we would welcome you to come here. Just grab a seat. It's really kind of a show about nothing, kind of a Seinfeld type-ish podcast. But essentially, it's about people in downtown. And I spy with my little eye somebody from Tweeds maybe working his way over here, which would be fantastic. Hey, Scott. Okay, we got the gentlemen from Tweeds, I believe, are going to be coming over here. I think I see them over there, about to jaywalk. Yeah, they're about to jaywalk. But hopefully they are paying attention, looking to the left, looking to the right.
I better not change the board and say it's the mayor yet. Then.
Yeah, well, they got a lot younger.
Yeah, they're not going to believe it's the mayor.
No, they're not. Okay, so now, you know what? Just, leave it blank for the time being. Okay, cool. And here we go. So we do have, and I think this gentleman graced us last time. Well, we weren't here last week, but the week before that.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, came over here. Let me go ahead and supply you with some water because it is about 190 degrees out. There we go, sir.
Thank you. You're the man.
We're just playing. That's what we're doing. We're just playing here. It's a lot of fun. All right. So, hey, welcome back.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming. You guys came a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
When we were here. And I know I was like and the guy was kind of like, he came over and just to kind of shut me up because I was sitting there kind of heckling him a little bit in a positive way, like in a positive heckle. Because I've always wanted to go over to Tweeds.
Yeah.
And you guys reach out to me and I respond, but I can't, for some reason, can't keep an appointment right now just because
Right.
just life, and stuff. But I really do need to get over there.
Yeah.
Because I have zero fashion sense, as my wife tells me, and it's true. But yeah, I really would like to get over there. So it's we'll talk offline as far as like a time and whatever. But if you can introduce yourself again for those who did not hear last time, and what you guys do and where you guys are at, and
so I'm TJ. I work at Tweed's Suit Shop. We're over there on 1423 First Street, so just a 20-second walk from our booth right here on Main.
That's right there. It's west of Whole Foods.
Yeah,
right.
It's right by Whole Foods. Yep. So yeah, it's right over there, and we do custom suiting. So like some guys have issues like getting a suit that fits them right off the rack, or a lot of guys have issues maybe finding the right style that they're looking for. We solve that problem by when you go custom, you have thousands of fabrics to choose from, and ultimately you have, we'll take all your measurements and build out the fit profile and get something that fits you perfect. So
Sure. And tweed is a fabric, and it is tweed fabric that you use, or is it that among other things?
Yeah. So tweed fabric is actually we actually have it, but we don't sell a lot of it because it's actually
that's like wearing wool, right?
It's
like putting a blanket on.
It's heavier than wool. It's a very heavy fabric.
Yeah.
Wool is actually misconception. Like wool is actually very lightweight.
Yeah.
It's all about the weight in grams, and wool can be very lightweight and breathable.
Sure.
This is a wool hop sack that I have on today. Very lightweight, very breathable.
So you're warm, but you're not. I mean, you don't appear to be dripping.
No, exactly.
Dripping sweat.
Yeah,
like, okay.
It's hot. It's
Florida,
Florida,
of course.
but I'm pretty cool overall. You guys got the fans
and
going.
actually, if you want to adjust that one too, if that's good, adjust it if you'd like or whatever.
No, it's right. It's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Scott, welcome back.
What's up,
Scott was doing some board changing.
And
we got the mayor coming on here in about 15 minutes. Mr. Kyle Batty will be joining us. But you were talking then too about the amount of styles is pretty much almost limitless, right? Because the fabric and combinations and all that, right?
Correct. Yeah, we have thousands of fabrics to choose from. So yeah, it's limitless. You can do whatever you want. We have so many options. You can do like a custom printed liner on the inside. Like I did a Bitcoin.
Oh wow, let's check that out.
Yeah, I did a Bitcoin liner on this one. But you can do like you can do whatever you want.
That was cool.
Yeah, if
Like,
you
I
want to
can-
do something like you want to,
You might have
like,
just sold me right there.
yeah. If you want to do like a Coldwell Banker logo on the inside, or you want to
Yeah.
do like you have a personal brand that you want to put on the inside,
Yeah.
we can absolutely print that on there. So
Wow. Could you do the? You would do the prints too? I mean, you could do like if I was to bring you like custom ready artwork or something. Could you do the
Oh, yeah.
print? Oh, so if I get a graphic,
yeah,
you'd make the actual fabric to then put into this.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
All
bring
right.
you bring the artwork that you want on the inside, and we'll make it happen on the inside. for
That's
you.
what I was saying. If you just make love a little bit more to the mic.
Yeah,
just,
of course.
Yeah, just so it sounds good. Wow. Okay, that. Not that I wasn't sold already, but that's very cool.
Yeah.
To be able to customize and even brand your suit.
Yeah, yeah. So you can write it off as a business expense.
Oh, you're talking about language now. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So to come into so I want a suit, and so the first thing is to come in, make an appointment with you, right? Come
Correct.
in, look at the fabrics, peruse my options because I don't know anything,
Exactly.
and you just kind of let me know this is what you have to choose from.
Yep.
And then what? Then you go home and you think about it, come back for a second appointment, or can you just consult at that point?
It really varies. Some guys will go home and think about it. Some guys know, like they see it, they want it, like it's their, make decisions very easily. But some guys, have to go home and
Yeah, that'd be me.
yeah,
Consult the wife.
consult the wife. Yeah, absolutely. So
You know what the lining? You already got the lining. It's going to be your business, stuff.
Yeah, it's be
For
rise
the
and nice.
lining. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, it'd be like
No,
you call a
whatever,
banker,
yeah,
or
call
it'll
banker,
be
your name and
Yeah,
all that.
or
and then you
yourself,
can flash
too.
Around, it says Burke, Cole Banker.
like, and I'll be just going around like this, wearing
Yeah,
nothing but a
exactly.
jacket.
yeah,
Can you make a suit with that on the outside? That's the question.
yeah,
All
Oh, I'm
right,
sure
that's
they
what
could.
you
yeah.
want.
So see on my shirt here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the Tweeds logo right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you get branded. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's limitless.
All right,
the rabbit hole just you
Yeah, it
just
goes
go-
deep.
Yeah, I
It
just
goes deep. Like,
you
we could
just
do a lot.
I just look squirreled like you would not believe, like mentally. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm going to
Yeah.
brand the entire wardrobe.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually,
Which comes
yeah.
as good timing because I'm like, you need to change your entire look, and I'm like looking to rebrand.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, I constantly am finding new stuff that we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's great.
well, that's very, very cool. Okay, so then you come in, and so I pick something. I pick the style, the inside, pants as well, obviously, right? Slacks, the shirt. About how long does it take from when I pick out what I would like to when I can pick it up?
That's
Or like
a-
when it's, how long does that usually take?
that's a great question. Yeah, usually it's about 4 to 6 weeks from the time we place the order
Okay.
till the time it comes in. And then once it comes in, we'll actually have you in for a fitting.
Mhm.
So we'll make sure it usually comes in perfect because we do a very good job of the measurement process. However, if there are slight alterations, we actually take care of that on our end.
Yeah.
So you're not paying like a ton of.
In 6 weeks, I'm going to gain 10 pounds. So, I mean,
We'll-
I'll be
we'll
like,
put in
this
And
some
then when you
extra
go back,
fabric for you.
not going to fit anymore.
No, we'll put in some extra fabric for you. So
Okay.
to open it up. Yeah.
No, that's
all our-
awesome.
Yeah, all our suits come in with built-in extra fabric. So
Okay. So, and I know this is all relative as far as cost.
Yeah.
But as far as a range, like, so is that, or is it
Sure.
so
No,
vast?
yeah,
is it so vast that
no,
it
no,
we
no,
really
no,
have to be
that's great.
customly be told?
that's a great question. Yeah, it starts at $16.99 for a custom suit. The Conversation. You can get a great suit for that price point.
Yeah.
It climbs from there as far as the different super numbers, the different fabrics that you choose from.
Sure.
Like cashmeres are very luxurious, very
Right.
soft
Yep.
to the touch. They get very expensive.
Sure.
But yeah, $16.99 gets you a great suit. I'd say the average cost we sell a lot of is somewhere between $2,600 and $3,300.
Okay.
So in that price point, we do a lot, and that's where in the $3,300 price point, that's where things really start getting a lot better.
Okay.
That's where you start to feel the difference in the fabrics.
You start
You're
to see
getting-
the inside, the linings, the
Well,
customizations, or that's a little bit more.
So
over and
the
above?
so the only thing that determines the cost of the suit is actually the fabric itself on the outside.
Okay.
That's the most, and then obviously, like if you want to do a custom liner, that's an
little more.
additional
Yeah.
cost, but it's nothing. It's not gonna break the bank. It's $350.
Yeah.
For that addition, but yeah, the only thing that determines the cost, everything else is included. So it's $16.99. You can do a $16.99 suit with a custom liner on the inside, and that
two.
would, yeah,
Ish.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for $2K. So
Okay. So you're talking now it's the jacket, the pants, and then shirt as well? No.
jacket, pants, and then the shirts are additional. So
Additional. Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it.
a la carte there. So
Okay. Very cool.
hi,
All right.
But
how you doing?
this is my associate here, Dara Winters.
I've met you before.
Yep.
Yes.
Realtor extraordinaire.
Realtor extraordinaire.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
What's that? Yep. Yeah, we got
Oh,
Mr.
no,
Kyle Petit coming here.
I just
as
want
well.
to. I just didn't want
Okay.
to
Yeah. Awesome.
rush you off. Or,
No.
No, you're
So
good.
hey, man, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming
Thanks
out.
for
Please,
by. We
and
always
anytime,
like you stopping.
anytime
Yep.
you see a seat open, you want to come over or something, please stop.
Yep.
Yeah, next time we'll talk more about what you guys do. So.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Or next time I'll actually maybe place an order or like talk more about what I'm thinking about, and then I'll
Yeah.
come by and
Yeah.
Yeah,
take a look.
we'll set up an appointment after this. Maybe
Cool.
when you're done
Right.
with the mayor.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll swing by.
Sounds
by.
cool.
Awesome. Thank
All
you
right, guys.
so
Yeah.
much.
Hey,
Good to
thank
see
you
ya.
guys. Yeah, likewise.
Good to see you.
Mark, pleasure.
Always. Thank you. And Ms. Dara Winters up on the mic.
You want to say hello first?
Oh, watch. I'm sorry. Watch your head.
Sorry.
Yeah,
this-
we had to
this
disclaimers.
Is impromptu kind of a.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Watch it.
the canopy is.
we make it seem like we purposely tilted it, but yeah.
It's better than dying in the sun, I guess, right?
Oh, it's much better than dying in the
know.
sun. And we're not wearing a suit.
Hey, I figured I had a choice: die in the sun, or die by canopy failure.
I would rather die by canopy failure.
So far,
think.
we're doing
Because the
good.
sun
We're
is
still
just,
alive.
and you know, canopy failure, you get hit, you get hurt one time, you get over it.
Yeah,
You know, you die by the sun, man, you're feeling that for a week.
exactly.
You know, and your skin peels,
Yeah,
and
everything.
it's just a bad
well,
day
and you're sitting
all the way
and
around.
you're sitting in it for 3 hours. You know?
Yeah, and
It's
you're
kinda
sitting in
brutal.
there just burning, you're
All right.
just cooking in the sun.
All right. So let's bring on the mayor.
All
Shall
right,
we,
and actually talk.
Kyle, get right up there like
You
a
gotta get
couple
right up
weeks
there like
ago.
a rock. Dude, I'm so
Like a
sorry.
rock
If you
star.
want to, if you can get in further or something,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You all right?
We had the
How's
boom
that?
mic was
How's
not
that?
help.
Okay.
Was
Is
not
that
our
better?
friend.
The boom mic was not our friend.
Is this better?
Yes,
Yeah, no,
yes,
yeah,
that's
we-
much
I
better.
know my voice.
And and Mr. Mayor is a soft-spoken guy too. So
Yeah, no.
Gotta get him up
Unlike
Yeah.
unlike ourselves.
us, yeah.
No, hey,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming out. I know
Of
you came
course.
out just impromptu a couple weeks ago over at the Bazaar,
Mm-hmm.
but thank you for coming out here as well.
Of course, no
Um,
problem. Thank you for having me. I
And
appreciate it.
for anybody here is wondering who has this, Mr. Kyle Petit, the mayor here of Sarasota, here gracing us with our presence. Here to talk. No, seriously, thank you so much for taking your time.
No,
Because I mean,
uh,
there's a lot of things
Yeah.
you could be doing than being out in the heat
No,
with us.
Honor's all mine, and I appreciate you all having me.
No, absolutely. So, obviously, we always talk about how great downtown is,
Mm-hmm.
how clean, and actually too. And this is something I was because I come down here, took a bit of a break, was not able to come down here every morning, but now I try to come down here every morning very early, and notice even like the sanitation, like the people here, and see how hard they work so early. And just to keep, they go underappreciated, I believe, and,
Oh, yeah.
and that's just one of many things that you address as well. That people I don't think realize
Yeah.
how much work goes into keeping this downtown area as nice as it is.
Yeah, that's the testament to our public works department and the hard work that those men and women do for the city. I had the pleasure of doing a ride along with them about a month or so ago.
About 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
no,
was
that
jogging.
early.
I was
Yeah.
jogging at about
No,
6
yeah,
o'clock one
yeah.
morning. They were everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. But I rode on the truck, and did some recycling and then trash pickups legally and illegally, because there are a few illegal trash dumps, particularly on the north side of Sarasota. So we got to do that, and I got to see what it is they do and what goes into doing what it is they do, and it's a thankless job, just like what I do.
Well,
It's trashy.
but it is. But yeah. But this city is so clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it amazes me how
Yeah.
how clean it's
Yeah.
kept.
Even
You know,
after
and-
after events down here downtown, the Public Works Department does a great job. The Sanitation Department does a great job of getting out here and cleaning up the streets, cleaning up the sidewalks, and making sure that when people return to Main Street, that it's the way that they left it.
Yeah.
So and that's part of the permitting department as well, and making sure that those things are covered.
Now, it's amazing to me, and the biggest examples are after, like, let's say, St. Patrick's Day, or when this place is so ridiculously crowded,
Mhm.
and by the next day, literally the next day,
Yeah.
you would not be able to tell that
Oh,
an
yeah.
event happened. Like, this closed street was
Uh-huh.
nothing but people,
Uh-huh.
and just a concert stage and all that. By the next morning,
Oh yeah. The
business as usual.
special events department of the city, they're on it. They make sure that every T is crossed and every I is dotted when it comes to putting on special events anywhere in the city. they're on it. They make sure that people put in their permits and their applications for the permits to do these things in sufficient time so that they can get all the logistics and so on together
Sure.
before the event even comes off. But they do a phenomenal job. Like I said, special events, permitting, the police department, and utilities and so on, public works.
So, what kind of a challenge was the fireworks this past weekend, as far as logistics? Like, obviously, it was a fantastic time. We went out there.
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
out
great
there
at
by
the
O'Leary's.
Bayfront. Yep.
It was outstanding.
Yeah.
Traffic. I mean, the traffic flow was handled well. It was a safe. We were able to get there safely. The police force was out. Logistically, though, how hard is something like that to go ahead and do?
Well, I think we've done this so much, in the past. I mean, what is this, like 40-something years or so that this event has been going on, that they have the logistics and so on, down pat. Of course, the roundabouts are a new addition to the city, and particularly in that area. So I'm not sure how much of a challenge that is to our men and women in blue and public works and so on. But we don't necessarily hear that, as commissioners. Our city manager, deputy city manager, and those departments that handle that, they're in on that. I didn't even hear of any issues.
So
for the most part.
that's positive.
Yeah. Oh,
So it
yeah.
really doesn't come
Yes.
before you until it becomes an issue, and then
yeah.
it comes before you, and
Yes,
then you
right.
make
And then,
policy or listen to
uh-huh.
it and investigate.
We'll try and address it as best we can.
Right.
But as I said, the fireworks are always an incredible event and a great addition to the city, and in the past and going forward. And we just we try and tweak it and make it better than it was the year before. But how can you do that?
Yeah. Hey,
How
this
you
is
do
Dara Winters. This is, Kyle.
Make-A-Wish, I was your banner.
Oh yeah, how you doing? Okay, yeah, Vanna White over
Yeah, we're
here, huh?
referencing
Yeah.
too that Mayor also was at our Make-A-Wish Foundation
right,
event a couple
right,
months ago
right,
at
that-
Cinder Bistro. which-
Excellent event. Matter of fact, we just did another Make-A-Wish event for a young man at the police department.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, he wanted to be an
You
officer.
ride along or a
Well, we made the chief and the fine men and women in blue made him officer for the day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
So what?
honorary
Okay,
officer. Yeah.
So I'm going to be that guy.
Uh-huh.
So
What
what
did
if
he
there
get
was
to
a
do?
B&E? What if there was a breaking and entering as this guy is he's an officer? He has to go
well,
in?
he might have
He
to
might
take
have to
care
go
of it.
in.
Yeah, he might have to do it.
He might
you
have
know.
to.
It's on the job training. Yeah, so,
That's part of the
yeah.
gig.
That was part of the
Exactly.
wish.
Exactly.
Part of the wish.
Hands on, man.
I-
That's how we work.
That
So-
can do enough for that organization. I can't
Yeah.
say enough for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was. And I'm sorry, I'm
Oh
interrupting.
no. Oh no. I didn't mean to.
No.
interrupt you.
And that was Carrie Shaw.
Uh-huh.
Was it still with Carrie Shaw? Was that were you organization with her, or was
yeah,
it
I
do another
think
chapter?
I think it was Carrie, if I'm not mistaken. But it was great. The room was packed.
Nice.
He was there with his parents and his family, brother and sister. I think
Good.
his grandmother as well.
Tear to
and
my
we-
eye,
and
man.
We made him honorary officer for the day. And as I said, I think he was the busiest officer in the city, to be honest, probably in the history of the department, because he was part of every department in the city that one day.
Yeah.
And he was part of the task force, the SWAT team.
That's
the
cool.
street-
Yeah.
the street unit.
How old of a boy?
I think he may have been 6.
Oh, little.
Oh, that's-
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And
Mhm.
what ailment did he have, or what? Or does
you know
he
what?
have?
I can't pronounce it.
I can't either.
Yeah, right.
Don't feel bad.
You shouldn't pronounce
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was
don't-
going to say.
you know,
Yeah.
the
It has something to do with the brain.
I need to brush up on my medical terminology, to be
No,
honest.
no.
I need
Well,
to watch more
that's not-
ER.
hmm?
So I have a question for you. Since I discovered the Bay Runner,
Okay.
and
There you are.
I
As
think
it
I was
passes
was
by.
I was on the Bay Runner. I'm on the Bay Runner a lot now. I've been taking
You
it down
are,
to the
I
Lido
think
a
your
lot.
middle name is Bay Runner.
So
right now.
my question is the budget getting a third Bay Runner, and even if you just use it on weekends and holidays, not during
Well,
the week, how can we get that in the budget?
But also, is there truth
so
to?
it's a 20-minute or 15-minute wait instead of 25.
Is this happened too from SRQ to downtown? Has that been approved?
From
the
the
SRQ?
airport. You know what? That's
A Bay Runner-ish.
that's been in the talks.
All right. So that's
Yeah. Cool.
So we'll see. I mean, all of these things are like sort of ongoing conversations until we
Yeah,
can
I know nothing is in
implement them.
stone, yeah.
Exactly. But you have to start somewhere, and it starts with a conversation and the idea
Right.
of the possibility of something happening.
it is.
Yeah, I don't know what day it was. I think it was
Yeah.
a weekend day. Maybe last Saturday.
Mhm.
Oh, the boat races.
Yeah.
I Saturday to go to the boat race.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I wish there was a third Bay Runner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
right.
to talk to the mayor.
I mean, right, exactly. Matter of fact,
I
he's
think I
on-
know
he's-
that guy.
Exactly.
And I'm going to see him next week.
Yeah, right.
Listen, Scott. Look, is it you again? I've got stuff to do. Scott, listen.
yeah.
You know, it's.
I'm sorry you
Wait,
can't get into Gator.
wait
I'm
till,
sorry you're in
yeah,
line.
Right.
Wait till offline. I have a couple questions for
No,
him.
the Bay Runner has been great, man. I'm not sure of the ridership, but I think within this first year, it was well over 250,000, riders. So you think about the number of cars and people that takes off the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting from the far end of Main Street all the way out to the south end of Lido.
And the mess of parking at Lido.
It
And
on the
it
weekend,
solves
right?
the
I mean,
parking
it takes all that
situation,
parking out
it
of there.
solves-
Yeah.
You can leave your car.
You can park in the
downtown.
park,
Exactly.
right?
And they make use of the garages downtown.
Yep.
And take the Bay Runner right out there and not have to worry about traffic. I mean, well, you don't have to drive in it. trust,
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask an interesting question. This is so open-ended. I mean, it's so what is the possibility of this section of Main Street? And this is not the first time you've heard this.
Mhm.
Being a walkable street, and car traffic not being able to come in from Central here to Pineapple. Is that even anything that could? And of course,
Oh, you mean Orange?
I'm sorry.
Orange, yeah,
Orange to
yeah.
Pineapple. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, wow.
Central.
Wait, that's a whole city.
From Lakewood Ranch
Yeah, right.
to here, you
I'm
can't
new here, and I
walk.
even
No
figured
cars.
You can make it walkable from Lakewood Ranch all the way down.
It's a sky bridge. It's a sky bridge all the way.
like one big outdoor mall, right?
Yeah. We have 2 layers, and we can just.
I'm kind of new here, and I'm
Kinda like the
wait a
Jetsons.
minute, that just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it'd be great for
So
commerce.
orange to what?
No, Orange right here to Pineapple to
Yeah,
the circle
Orange
right
to
here.
Pineapple,
So
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
cars could come in to here because I mean you got like New Orleans, you've got other cities that do have concepts like that. Could that be anything in the future? Do you think, or just the logistics here maybe not conducive?
Well, anything is possible to be honest with you, because as the commission, turns over, or leadership, or whatever the deal is, or ideas that have been, formulated in someone's mind and part of a vision that they could possibly see. Those things are always up for the discussion. I thought about that myself and had that conversation. Say, hey, how cool this would be if it was an outdoor mall. And
Right,
if we
that's the term. Outdoor mall.
And we had cobblestone, all through Main
Right.
Street, like we do on Lemon. But again, those are just conversations. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
No, of course, no. And again, I'm not holding it.
Oh yeah,
This is not.
Yeah, no. But
This is not recorded.
Yeah, right.
It is recorded.
We did
But-
speak about that earlier. About anything you say can.
Yeah,
and will be used
yeah,
against
Against you in a court of law
Yeah,
because
right here on the
Jason's gone.
podcast.
Jason's gone. So
yeah. But as I said, everything is on the table in terms of open for discussion. Nothing is etched in stone. What it might be downtown is constantly changing, just like the city itself is evolving, and new ideas are formulated, new visions, and so on. So the city just keeps moving, and we want to move along with it, whatever that might be.
And this is why we appreciate you coming on here, because we can ask you these questions, and the people who listen can get it kind of firsthand. That hey, we do talk about this.
Right.
We just
and again, like you were saying, nothing's ever etched in stone.
Yeah,
Things
right.
change, so nothing you're saying is obviously
exactly.
You can't tell. You don't know what's going to happen.
And who knows?
Checks and balances
maybe
here.
like a listener or a number of listeners are hearing this and have a number of ideas or the same idea about something that could work.
and they can show up to one of the meetings, right? Public meeting or something.
Exactly. given 3 minutes to speak.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
And
and when you hear the buzzer, please,
Please
stop and whatnot.
stop
But I'll
talking.
give you 5 seconds grace period to finish what it is.
And he does because I'm a talker. And I think I went 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And then I got the look. And I got the look. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
But as I said, you always want to leave, your doors open to hear what people have to say and what other input they might have that could enhance the city, enhance your thinking, broaden the scope of things. That's what life should be about.
This might be a little more boring. I'm sorry. Instead of talking about how great the city is and all the great things, what are the? Can you tell me, being newer, what's the term of your time on the committee, and how many people are on there? And because there might be
it's a good
somebody
question.
listening. There might be somebody listening who
Yeah,
wants
right.
who wants to get involved with
Yeah,
that.
no, that's an
right.
excellent question.
How would they do
Yeah.
that? And what's their how many years of commitment?
Yeah. So, and that's
Mark,
that-
I'm talking about you, by the way.
yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
No.
You knew where I was going, didn't you?
The shoes I would have to fill would be ridiculous. That is no way. There's no
But
way.
you know what? That's a valid question, to be honest with you, because a lot of people don't really know the system of government in Sarasota, and particularly when you're talking about the countless number of people that move to this city from other places. Some people just assume that the way we do things here is, in terms of the makeup of our government is the way that, it is where they came from, and it's not so. We don't have a strong mayor form of government. Strong mayor might be, someplace like St. Pete, Tampa, New York City, Chicago. We have a 5 city commission form of government with a city manager, deputy city manager. So that's 3 individuals, 3 commissioners that are elected out of districts, District 1, District 2, District 3.
And you're District 1, right?
Yes, I'm
If I
District
remember?
1.
Okay.
And that's like the north end of Sarasota. And 2 other commissioners are elected at large. But at the same time, we all govern the whole city, because I have people come to me, although I represent District 1, I represent the whole city. I have a number of people that come to me from all over. I have people come to me out of the county, asking me about what can we do to this or for that or whatever, and and it's my job as the elected official, regardless of if my district or not. We cover the whole swath of the city. To try and address it and take care of it as best we can. And most of these things are run through our city manager. Our city manager is he's the conduit between the commissioners, in terms of he has meetings with us all to talk about the various things that are going on in the city.
Right.
That might be on the agenda, or that might be of some importance, depending on the gravity of it. But that's pretty much our form of government, our city form of government. Then we have 3 charter officials, which is our city auditor and clerk, our city attorney, and our city manager, and then, as I said, the 5 city commissioners.
Okay.
So, and we don't necessarily, like, people always think that we direct staff. I just want everyone to know that we as commissioners, we set policy. We don't direct staff.
Right.
We don't. We speak to our city manager, or deputy city manager or head of department, and they direct staff or what have you. You don't want your elected officials, getting involved in things like that. You have, the way that the system is set up. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But I think it works here for this size of city and whatnot. I'm not sure what the census is and the numbers, but I know that we're either up close to 60,000 or maybe past it or what have you in the city. And people confuse the city with the county.
Well, and those
Right.
those are residents of the city, and that doesn't take into people who live here part time.
Exactly.
Right? That's the thing.
Exactly.
You go, oh, Sarasota 60,000. That's
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
many.
yeah.
Well, that's year-round citizens like
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, right.
Like us people sitting here, but probably another I don't know, another 30,
and
40,
and you know,
50.
and you think in a place like Sarasota, where it's transient, you just to your point, we have people that live here maybe 3 months out of the
Right.
year, and then you have the number of residents that live here, like us, and when it comes to creating policy, you want to make sure that those things cover everyone, because a lot of people can come and chime in on things, and they're not even here to feel the effects of it or
Right,
and or the
right,
brunt, and they leave and they go back to wherever they came from, and the rest of the residents and or citizens here are left to deal with it, and they may not have even wanted it,
Right.
so.
And that's what I thought about when I asked the question about, how does one maybe get involved in the government? They
Yeah,
want to,
yeah.
so they run to
Mhm.
become an elected official in their
Yes,
district.
yes,
But
yes.
none of you part-time yahoos are allowed to do that. That's what my point was, right?
Yeah,
You know,
right.
So yeah, if you're a part-timer, that's
no,
not for you. You
no,
cannot
no.
you cannot be that person.
Yeah, because it's not a part-time job, and you got to think, someone said to me the other day, like, Kyle, man, you have to be the busiest mayor this city's ever seen or whatever. And, that to the mayors before me, Mr. Erica Royal and Sir Hagan Brody, because when we came in, the city had changed immensely. So therefore, the responsibilities of the mayor had changed, and they expanded like remarkably.
Right.
So, and from that point going forward, it's going to be that way because the city is evolving, and there's just so much going on that that it's a huge undertaking for this position or just being a commissioner in general. It's not a part-time job as everyone, as it kind of states. It's not. No, it's not part-time. Trust me,
Right.
there's nothing part-time about it.
I wouldn't think it would be.
Yeah. We get part-time pay, but
Yeah.
Definitely not enough.
Right before you, we had some people from a non-profit who know
Okay.
you,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to get your information to her.
Okay.
She asked me, but
Yeah, we have a
she
number of
mentioned that she mentioned oh yeah, on a first Friday, fresh
Uh-huh.
Friday, whatever, that you'd be standing there and 20 people would be pulling on his arms and his shirt. Come on, hey, can I ask you something or whatever? Or just
Yeah.
want to say hi to him or get a picture with him.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
And
I mean,
that's part of the right.
I'm in a lot of cell phones.
yeah. Well, you just gave one out today
yeah,
too.
right.
Yeah, right.
but
That's good. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about
But
interacting.
as long as they don't bother you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
fine, right?
But it's cool. Yeah, I'm I take it with a grain of salt. I'm a people person for
Right.
the most part, and I'm out and about. I'm constantly talking to people, be it about nothing or about something or whatever. But I could be sitting there like eating French fries, and trust me, somebody's coming up to me talking
Yeah.
to me about.
About a third bay runner.
Yeah, right.
Hey
right,
man,
right,
third bay runner.
I know.
Scott's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
saying that
I
all
gotta-
over town,
yeah.
telling
I
everybody
gotta
we
say,
need
though,
a third bay runner.
we probably have the sharpest dressed mayor
Oh yeah.
in this country. So I see.
I'm sure there's about a few better than me.
I don't know, man. Out and about, man. You look sharp
You know, that's-
with
no,
the
no,
hat
that's so
and,
funny.
and all.
I can remember once when I was, just State Street over here. It was on a Sunday, and I was at Pacific Rim getting sushi, and this guy walks up to me, and I'm sitting there about to eat, and he says, "Hey man, I love the way you're dressed." And whatnot. He's like, "Yeah, dude, you got to be the sharpest dressed guy in the city or whatever." And he goes, "Oh, you know what? I take that back. There's a guy down at State Street. He dresses a little better than you."
You go literal.
Yeah, and I'm like this. I wanna be
guy's the mayor.
Yeah, I'm like that fool. When I'm really, So,
I taught him how to dress.
The mayor
right,
dresses
right,
real
right,
well
right,
too,
yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
That guy
yeah,
said to you,
yeah,
well, I am the mayor.
but yeah, so it's,
Every time, there's no missing Kyle.
No.
Like in the evenings when he was walking down.
Yeah. Oh, there's the bald head black man walking down the street.
Well, we wouldn't know because of the stylish caps and hats.
Yeah, hats,
yeah.
caps,
You know.
bald head. Hey, you got to keep them guessing. Right?
What I'm going to ask you too. So as far as, and I'm a million times I'm sure you're asked this too, but it's got to be a challenge for the growth. So like the growth downtown. So like, and I guess combination of a lot of things. So that
Yeah.
it encompasses the circles,
Yeah.
the growth of SRQ. You've got both sides of the coin, I'm sure. So I guess like you were mentioning before, nothing really comes to you until it becomes an issue, and then people will sit in front of you for 3 minutes, have their time. I had the pleasure of speaking in front of you because of the One Park building and the issues with One Park. Well, not issues, but the challenges.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? The challenges. Okay.
We have a number of challenges.
But so that must be, you must hear a lot about that, though. Does that come out quite a bit? People coming out saying, look, does this have to continue? Like, can we put a stop to this?
Yeah.
But then you also have the other side, too, that enjoys a possible 24-hour deli, Palm Avenue deli.
Right.
That only comes with growth.
Mm-hmm.
So like, where's, do you get caught in the middle of that?
Yeah, you get caught in the middle of it, man. And trust me, the weight of everything is upon you because everything is your fault. No matter what it is. And
someone to point at.
Exactly. People accuse you of this, they accuse you of that. They have no idea like what they're talking about. Don't have information, feeding people misinformation, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge to sort of let people know what actually is. When you're talking about the number of projects that are going on in this city, you do your best to, I operate when I think of things on what I say the 4 C's. That's communication, connectivity, and control change, and community. I think when thinking of anything, that's kind of a barometer for me in terms of what is it going to do for the community? How does it connect us? And how is it communicated? And how does it work with the continuity of the evolution of the city? Listen, Sarasota, we didn't get ranked number 5 in the nation for the things that we're not doing.
Good point.
Okay?
Yeah.
We got ranked 5 in the nation because of the things that we are doing.
Right.
And then you think about, I saw another poll where we were ranked number 2 in the nation of cities with new residents. Think about that. In all the cities and municipalities, townships, and so on in the country, we're ranked number 2 for new residents because Sarasota has become like a destination, and it's become
right.
A desired place for people to either visit or live, or live part-time or whatever it may be, and you just do your best to try and accommodate that, and yet at the same time, as I always say, keep Sarasota.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't lose its identity, that it doesn't lose its character, doesn't lose its charm. And I keep telling people, we'll never be Fort Lauderdale. We'll never be Miami. No, you don't have. We're not made up that way.
Yeah.
And but that being said, we have a number of challenges, and one in particular is affordable housing, and how do you address that? Because people talk about height, and they talk and so on. I have people that come to me talking about, that building is so high and so on. What are you talking about? You live in a condo.
Right.
You're talking about height, and you live in height. So, but that being said, you have to be extremely judicious and responsible in way of making whatever decision that it doesn't, weigh, or place a burden on the city itself,
Right.
and so on. But when it comes to affordable housing, that's something that we all should. There are people that sit there and say that they're for affordable housing,
Yeah.
but try and put it next to them.
Right.
Try
Right.
to put some affordable housing or in their neighborhood or,
Right.
or next to them, and trust me, all hell's gonna break loose. And we hear it all the time. I definitely hear it. Oh yeah, we want affordable housing. They come to the city commission talking about they want affordable housing, but then the moment that we try and give it, it's an issue.
Maybe not in this
Yeah,
location.
right,
right. Can you go
right. Oh yeah.
over there?
Yeah, it's okay if you put it over here.
Right.
You just don't put it next to me.
Right,
Oh, but
right.
but we need affordable housing.
Yeah.
Oh, we need affordable housing right in your neighborhood. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, it's challenging, man. But you do your best to as I always say, you never win. This is a job where you never win. because you're gonna make somebody upset,
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
and
And if
it's
you
just
try to
like that.
please people,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
you become
no.
wishy-washy and just
Exactly.
take a stand, right?
Uh-huh,
One
yeah.
way or the other, you know.
I always tell people, and I say this over and over and over again, that because this is an information, just for everyone's information, it's an information-driven job. So we get information, you know, we vet it, and to make sure that we get the right information, because from that information, that's how we form our decisions, and that's how we take our votes. So I get information, and again, I try and leave myself flexible and pliable, so that when I get into the commission, that, you know, I could be getting more information like right there on the spot in real time. I have no problem whatsoever moving off of my pivoting off of my block to go the other way.
Sure.
If I'm giving new information, I'm not rooted. I'm not cemented in that position.
You're
or
staying-
And that's open-minded.
Staying flexible
And
for
open-minded
Exactly,
to all
exactly.
the
Good
information.
concepts
and,
and
that-
ideas.
and each of you should be the same.
You know, I
Hopefully,
mean,
all 5 of you are that way, right? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that
you know,
you
that,
would hope.
and that's the beauty of the system, is that you have, you know, 5 different, you know, points of view and ways of looking at things, and so on, you know, and everyone's position and or way of looking at things, you know, should be taken into consideration and respected or whatever. But it should always be what's in the best interest of the city. Shoot, man, what do I get out of it if you know, if this building goes up? I'm not living in it, you
Right,
know, or whatever.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
then it doesn't pay my rent or my bills or whatever. No. But when it comes to living in this city and being a resident of this city, paying taxes like in this city, yeah, it does concern me. And if it concerns you, it concerns me. And that's how, you know, I try and approach it. You know, so not from my own sort of selfish way of, you know, being and or looking at things, because, you know, what's that going to get us?
Right.
You know, or where
No.
is it going to get us?
Very good point.
I mean, you all do a great job, man, with Rising Eyes.
I'm not.
But-
yeah,
but-
I mean,
but-
I'm
but-
just
but-
repping
but-
them. Oh yeah,
but-
we.
but-
Oh, no,
Yeah,
we do anything we
talk
can.
about them every.
But weren't you doing a celebrity scoop or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
celebrity
exactly,
scoop.
That was-
Exactly.
He's always in the
Yeah,
eating contest.
yeah,
We got to get
yeah.
you in the ice
Yeah,
cream
that-
eating contest.
Hey, would you want to do a celebrity scoop?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I like that.
I think,
Yeah.
did Beaver already
We'll talk to
contact you
Beaver.
about that?
Yeah.
Or?
No.
Cause
I
I'm
think we
So I don't
talked
forget
about
this.
that briefly or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah,
Number.
but no, that's great, man.
No,
You
if
know,
he would.
excellent.
Would you? Would,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
would it be
Oh,
okay
of
if I
course.
brought it up,
Oh, yeah.
possibly? Or, I mean,
yeah.
obviously your
Yeah.
schedule is
Of
very
course.
tight.
Of course, just
'Cause
let
he
me
would
know.
love that. That'd be
when I-
fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely, and this is the gal who asked me, or these couple gals asked me for your number.
Oh, okay.
They were the ones wanting to
And,
get a hold of
and
you.
real quick,
And
Kyle,
so-
I'm sorry to interrupt. Also, I just want to introduce to you my wife.
Okay.
Kyle, this is my wife here.
Beautiful.
This is
Hello,
Teresa.
How you doing, Teresa? How you
Teresa,
doing?
this is her daughter.
Beautiful. Great. How you doing? What's your daughter's name? Julie. Very nice to meet you, Julie.
Mhm.
Thank you for coming out.
Oh no, of course. You know, I got to get a chance to sit down with these celebrities. And,
Oh,
you know,
please stop.
I mean,
No.
I
No.
you know, recognize them from scooping ice cream.
That's my claim to fame.
At Rising
Hey,
Eyes,
I'll,
yeah,
and I'll
Rising
step
Eyes.
up.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I will
right,
own
right,
that.
right,
I will
right,
own
right.
that proudly, man.
Hey,
Rising Eyes.
And I know. And what great job did they do with Easter seals? You know,
They're
They do a
great
lot
with
with
you.
that. They
right,
do a
right.
lot. Inclusion Revolution is
Yeah,
their
yeah,
non-for-profit,
yeah,
and they
right.
just do so much good.
But you know, I went up to Easter Seals, you know, when I first got elected to walk the campus, you know, with Tom and Kent. Man, it's great up there, and the symbolization that they do with the work training to work at Rising Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Okay,
that's
I'm not
that-
familiar
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
it's like a virtual training that
No
they,
kidding.
that
at one
the
location
potential-
at the Easter
yeah,
Seals.
at Easter Seals.
Okay.
At Easter Seals, they have this simulator, and
Oh,
it sort of is the same as Rising Eyes, so that when they come there, they feel comfortable.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it's not, and it's familiar to them, and it's, you know, it's not foreign, and it's great, man. The art that they do up there. I wanted to do like an art opening at City Hall, so that they can sell their art, because I think.
Oh, Rising Eyes?
Well, all
Oh,
of
for
them.
Easter Seals.
Easter
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Easter
yeah,
Seals.
because a lot of them are part of Rising Eyes
Yeah.
or whatever. You know,
That'd be awesome.
You know, the work they do over there is incredible over at Rising Eyes. You know, so
Yeah.
just
And
giving people
we always
opportunity.
talk about them. They have like a 250, 300 kids waiting to get jobs there.
It's like 320. I think Beaver was saying about 320
So
kids just waiting for spots.
Yeah.
And I don't. There's no particulars, and I can't speak to it really. But I know Erin, his wife, is thinking about opening up something herself, including that same type of hiring. Of special
and
needs
Rise and Eyes is
individuals.
talking about 2 or 3 more locations.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
that'd be
for
great.
God bless them.
There's another thing. What's it called? Town. I think town center or town hall for people with Alzheimer's.
Oh, really?
I've not heard of that one.
It's like
I might need that address.
I might need that.
Not
like,
to make fun of Alzheimer's,
no,
but I'm getting up there.
I might need that next week.
Are you talking about because after Friday night or something?
For
like
me,
that?
yeah.
But
I think Teresa's going to attest to the fact that I might need that in about a month.
but yeah, it's like an adult daycare where they get to go and it's a 50s theme and old movie theaters,
Right. Oh, that's
soda
cool.
shops
Yeah.
and things that they recognize from the past and so on, and it's great. But to see people make those types of efforts in the community, come on, man, it doesn't get better than that in terms of our citizens.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying. Well, I'm not going to compare us to them by any means, but the same kind of thing here because they do that because of a love for Sarasota.
Yeah, right,
we do
right.
this because of a love for Sarasota.
Yeah.
You do what you do because you love Sarasota. I mean, like you said, it's not you're not living in the Aqua. With the salary that you're making.
No. I live in a fishbowl though, but
whatever,
Yeah, exactly.
You got Kirsten Spoonsaller, who does what she does,
yeah.
and because of the love of Sarasota, she's been doing it for 15 years,
And
way
the-
before it was school.
Kim,
yeah.
Kim
doing what
Kim
she's
living
doing with
good.
the Limelight. that you
She's
were-
fantastic.
So many like great people in
Yeah.
the city that do amazing works.
And I think there's quite a bit of non-for-profits around,
man,
I've heard.
Yeah, I know. I think it's like over 1,600 or something.
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, I
so
did not
some
even
crazy-
know.
Some
Yeah.
crazy number like
Yeah.
that.
That's-
speaks to the philanthropy in the
Yep,
city.
yep.
I mean, because they can only survive,
Right.
through that.
Sure.
But so many people are giving, and Sarasota is a beautiful place. Myself growing up here, and I had the blessing, particularly being an elected official out of a district. I'm probably the only one that's lived in every neighborhood in his district. So I lived in Gillespie, lived in Newtown, lived in Bayou Oaks. I've lived all over.
Yeah.
And I left and came back to Sarasota, after living in New York City for so long. But I always dreamed of coming back to Sarasota because Sarasota is home, and it's a paradise, an oasis that we all should feel blessed to, coming back here. Trust me, I came back and I was shocked at the change that had taken place and it occurred in the city. I saw the cranes in the air and I was like, what's going on? But at a certain point, you have to embrace, change because it's the only, as they say, the only
Right.
constant in life is change, and we're all evolving. This country is evolving, whether it's for the better or for the worse, or whatever you want to say. The city is constantly evolving, and it just is what it is, and with some things that you can't impede, and that's progress, man. So,
Yeah, I got two things. Just two things to say. The first thing being, thank you so much for being our mayor, because I really believe in I love the way your thought process is, how you look at things.
thank you.
Flexible, but with a focus, but also flexible enough to like, oh, that's a good point. Let's run with that one, but not in any way both sides, So I love that. Thought number two, how are you able to wear that long sleeve shirt and not even have a sweat mark anywhere?
I'm, as a matter of fact, I'm like worse than this. I was out the other day. I had on a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a sauna top, and a hoodie. And I was bike out to South Lido, and I run the bridge.
Yeah, right.
And went
We
back.
got your Facebook
and the
post.
police, they were looking at me like, "Sir, are you okay?" I mean, did you walk out of the
I'm
house?
the mayor. What do you mean?
Did you walk out of the house with a heat stroke?
Come with me. Come with me. We'll take you back home.
I know. I told him. I said, "Hey, listen, man. If you see some bald head black man pass out on the bridge, that make no mistake, that's me." That's me. He said, "Hey, I knew that fool. I knew it was going to catch up to him or
The
whatever."
police are going.
Yeah,
the mayor went nuts.
So also,
we got to go pick up
I
this
haven't
fool.
run the bridge yet, but I have to get over there and run the bridge.
if you see 3 cars like right next to an individual running, just going real slow with lights on, you know they're just watching out for him.
I'll be in shorts and no shirt.
Right. Yeah, they're like, we're protecting this fool.
Yeah.
You know, we got.
I'll be
better things to do
fireman
ourselves.
carrying you over the bridge.
Yeah. Right. With his Rising Eye shirt on.
With a Rising Eye shirt on. Yep.
Over your shoulder
Mhm.
or whatever. No, but but it's just.
No,
I
breeze.
thank you all so very much for what it is you're doing.
Thank you.
And I mean, you're basically giving the city itself a platform for people. I mean, it's
That's
everybody-
an excellent way of putting it. That's all we want to do. Just
Yeah.
give, because the whole thing about hey, the streets talk. If streets could talk, if just the streets could talk,
exactly.
they do talk.
Yeah.
And we're giving a medium for people like yourself, obviously, and our next guests, but then also people just walking around who
Yeah,
make
right.
Sarasota
Which is how
what
it started.
This
Right?
is,
Mark started this by himself, just grabbing people off the street.
and I was still am scared.
Yeah.
And then
But
I
it's just a
joined
project,
and
but just
started
a
grabbing
project.
people off
It
the street
could
as well.
spiral downwards very quickly, or it could keep
keep-
on growing. Who knows?
But it keeps it fluid,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and so on. You know, and that's
Flying by the seat of our
that's
pants.
Exactly. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it and whatnot. I mean, what do you all think of the city? You
I love the growth. I see both sides of the
Yeah,
story,
right,
but and
right.
this is even beside the fact I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
Beside that, just seeing the growth. I love the circles. I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
I love the circles. Just yield left. You'll be fine.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's
right,
all.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and the way I look at it too, people are upset about the construction and all that, and the roadway and the constant cones and all this. But then if they didn't have that construction with the growth, they're going to be complaining about something else. Unfortunately, that's there because we are expanding, and the roads do have to get larger to then lessen the traffic, of which they're going to complain about too.
Right.
So it's kind of.
Right,
I mean, I like the growth. I don't think we're going to turn into a Miami.
No,
I don't think we have the attitude. First, you have to have the attitude of the place,
Right.
and we don't have the attitude of Miami. So maybe there might be a large building. Maybe the obsidian might go up, which it will.
I mean, I don't.
but
that's going to be an interesting.
We're still serious.
I always say I've been here 10 months. I feel like I've been here 15
Yeah,
years.
right. I
Just
know,
the
yeah,
friendliness
yeah,
of the
yeah.
people, and
Yeah, I mean,
and maybe coming from Chicago, a little bigger metropolitan. I mean, the suburbs, are 90 to 100,000. Suburb, and then the suburb next to that's 80,000. Then all that. So it's really the suburbs are really part of Chicago, right? But they don't have the closeness, the friendliness that I see here.
Yes,
That's what I always say.
It's so connected, so to
Right.
speak, and you think again, as an elected official, you just want to make sure that the city continues to evolve and not outgrow itself, and so on. Again, it's that delicate balance. You're always going to have people that don't want this and don't want that, but sometimes you can't listen to that.
Right.
I mean, look at what we have over at the Bay. Have you been to the Bay Project?
Mhm.
I mean,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at that.
Unbelievable. Most
Look
definitely.
at the job that Bill Waddell and A.G. Lafley and the whole team of the Bay Conservancy is doing, and that they've done.
Right.
So that's
awesome,
an
yeah.
incredible
Yep.
project.
And
over
we
there,
have
you know?
two more,
Yeah, yeah.
two more phases to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
forward
right,
to
right.
as well.
I mean,
So
Selby Gardens, look at that.
yeah,
Oh,
Look
God.
at the
Yeah.
job that
Yeah.
Jennifer Romanecki and her group is doing over there.
Yep.
Bobby
He
Jones.
said he knows her
and he
name.
knows. Yeah, for
Yeah,
some,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
always had a
She
problem
was
with that
at the.
last name.
She
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was
Yeah, she
up.
was there.
Oh, were you
She
there
was
that
there.
day
Oh,
that
yeah,
she was
oh, yeah,
upstairs?
oh, yeah,
yeah,
oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Oh, she's. I mean, Jennifer is excellent. Bobby Jones. You know,
Mhm.
look at that. I mean, that's transforming right there before
And
us.
I'm sorry, but speaking of that, we have. I don't know if I told you this. We have Stephen High coming
this month.
month after next.
Oh, with the
from
economic club. Yeah.
for the economics thing over from Ringling.
Yeah.
Ringling
Oh, yeah,
Education.
yeah,
He's
yeah, right,
So he's going to be
right,
speaking
right.
in 2 months.
Yeah.
Exciting
I
stuff.
said,
And if
yeah.
you can make it for that, man, it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
it'd be always
yeah. And I
an
try
honor to
get
have
up
you.
there when I can. Sometimes I find out about it last minute
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'll
stalk you. I'll stalk you with
I'm
a
just gonna
text.
text you. Hey, oh yeah, here.
I'll stalk you
You
with
have
a
his
text.
number. You can text him.
Yeah.
So like I said,
Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah, right.
Again and again and again every
yeah,
night.
Yeah, I know. But no, Sarasota is great, man, and it's great people like you all that make this. The city is only as great as its people.
I agree.
Right.
And like I said, you all represent that. Too.
Thank you.
Well,
I
and we
appreciate it.
appreciate him saying those things because if we ever need forgiveness,
Yeah,
or
right.
something
Scott ever
like
needs
having
to
a
get into
canopy.
the Gator Club.
No.
If he's in
like
line
having
too
a
long.
canopy,
Yeah.
like having a canopy on the sidewalk,
Stop,
or
stop.
doing something.
Stop. We're not gonna.
so,
We're not gonna right away asked
Yeah,
for those
yeah.
favors.
Have you been to the deli, the new deli down here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually
yeah,
interviewed
yeah.
the gentleman that was
Okay.
before they opened up.
Mark, the owner?
Not the owner,
Oh,
the
okay.
co-owner.
Okay.
Philip? Or,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Somebody. But this was right before they opened up their soft opening. I think it was like on the
Okay, yeah,
22nd,
yeah,
21st of January or June.
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
think.
done great work over there.
Is it
Yeah, yeah,
midnight
yeah.
right now? It's open till
I think they're doing. They did breakfast. Now they're lunch, and I think they're
Now
gonna
they're
eat-
softly
easing into
easing
dinner
into
or
it.
whatever before they go full bore
Well.
or whatever. So I think they're doing it, the right way.
hopefully the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
goal being 24 hours.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we need something like that in the core of the city, and like I said, downtown, man, is it's moving, and we're trying to get it to where it should be.
Sure.
Yeah, but like I said, you all continue to do what it is you do, and being the voice, and letting people have a voice. Downtown and come just walk up to you.
So what's going to happen is people are going to come here. They're going to tell us their gripes,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to gauge
Yeah,
if it's
right,
good
right,
enough.
exactly.
And then at some point, if it's like they have an argument, we're going to say, you know what, go down and talk to Carl.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know.
But
It seems
we'll-
like that's
we'll-
going on anyway.
We'll go in. We'll filter them out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
okay,
we don't
okay,
get everybody.
Okay,
you don't get
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody.
we'll
okay. You can vet them, man.
We'll vet 'em
Yeah,
for you,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. No, I appreciate that.
If
No,
we
man.
like the idea, they go to you.
Yeah.
If we don't
Yeah.
like it, we stop it right there.
Right here, you don't even have to hear them.
Yeah, right. How was the farmers market down here today?
It looked a
You know
little
what? It was a little
quiet.
slower.
Yeah,
It was a
it
little
looked
quieter.
quiet.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, maybe. Well,
That was 3 hours ago that we were walking around. I haven't. Really
yeah,
walked
I mean, I think the
around last
weather.
3
I
hours,
think
but
the heat of the morning. I think,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it was
I
pretty.
think he's got
humid.
something to do with it.
Now,
Yeah.
you all are down here on Main Street. Downtown. I mean, how has it been? I mean, because how long you all been doing this?
I've been doing this for 8 months,
Okay.
and Scott's been with
I
me for
think
the
I-
past
Okay.
5 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
February.
so you've seen the
Oh, you see it.
transition
You
of
see it when
downtown.
the snowbirds go back. You
Okay.
can really see the slowdown of the
Yeah,
market.
it happened
piece.
within about a week
And it's
or,
getting
a
hot,
week or
and,
two.
and,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
and the
right.
weather changed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
right.
it was very, very crowded, and then
January,
right
February,
about
March,
2
April,
months ago,
and then boom.
it immediately kind of
Yeah.
dropped off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could really see those that went back up north.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
pretty much
effects of that.
through May it was still pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then June and thus far July you could see a drop.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Which
no,
makes
no.
sense.
But still interesting to see, though, many people still from out of state here visiting still
Yeah.
on the off season.
Now,
So.
now you're getting a lot of people coming to talk to you from out of state.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we
if we
probably-
if we tackle them
Yeah, yeah.
fast
yeah,
enough,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if
right.
we're quick enough.
Honestly, though, more and more people now are coming up.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
And,
oh,
and
really?
So
doing
we
this,
must
I
say-
think, helps. And having that board, you didn't see the board when you walked up. The board has your name on it.
Okay.
So everybody knows you're in here right now.
Okay.
So
Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You know,
so
so
get a picture of him by the
yeah,
way.
probably about a dozen or so. You know, we'll come up dozen to 14. We'll come up. We'll have nice, 5 to 10 minute conversations with them, and
Yeah, right.
and they're all walks of life and
Uh-huh.
all different stories.
Yeah, that's
that
beautiful.
we're getting. So
Yeah,
it's great.
That's a good makeup of a core of a city, right?
Mhm.
The urban part of it, should be that way. And like I said, I just thank you all for again being the voice of the streets.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're here at the grassroots
yeah,
level.
yeah. They say,
We're a
oh,
man in the streets for you.
Yeah, exactly. Word on the street is there you go.
Yep.
So.
And we'll pipe that up the pipeline up to you, whoever we hear.
Yeah.
Hey man, thank you very much again, man.
Thanks for
Kyle,
being here
I
as
know you've
usual,
got stuff to
Kyle.
do. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you and for you coming out here
No,
too.
excellent. I'll be here next week.
Oh, wait. We have something for you.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh-oh.
right. That's right.
Parting gifts.
So you get a koozie. For me, you just get
Okay.
a koozie. From him, you get a free house.
So I'm gonna I'm giving away free property.
Oh, wow.
free
Excellent.
preference.
Wow.
So here, this is for you.
Excellent.
Okay.
Wow.
That's for you.
You know what's so funny? It's actually bigger than the house that I live in.
Well, we were talking earlier about little houses are
Hey, that's
in,
gonna be
man.
all the rage
Those
here.
are
about
all the
5
rage,
years.
little houses.
That's,
Wow.
Okay.
Is this affordable housing?
Well, no. That's actually that's out in Indian Shores.
Yeah, Indian Shores.
Indian
okay.
Shores.
Yeah, right.
And hold on, we
Excellent.
have to get you the deed
The
for
deed.
this.
We
Okay.
can't let you just walk away with a house, no deed.
No, this is official business. This is okay. Scott, would you mind
Witnessing?
witnessing the
So,
deed?
like,
This is actually
Yeah, are you
a
quick-
Florida deed.
Are you quick claiming it over?
I
to
am
me?
quick claim for $1,
Okay.
but we're gonna waive the $1 because that was we're just gonna waive it.
Yeah,
That's all we're doing.
Man.
And so please file
How,
the.
how blessed am I?
And if
You
you,
know, I
hold on
came
to-
down here to do a podcast, and I
and
walked
you walk
away
away
with
with a home.
hold up, with a house and a koozie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
nothing
And you
like
actually,
it.
the funny thing is, you
Exactly.
could fit the house in the
I know.
koozie.
Nothing like being at home with, drinking your drink with a koozie.
Right.
And
Oh,
That is the house. That's as far as it goes. Sorry.
I have to make it official. I have to sign it myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Sign
you
it
do.
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Would you like another color house though? We have blue and green. Would you prefer one of those?
I think-
I
think
it's a purple house.
You would like the purple?
I take the.
Yeah.
You said blue and
Blue
green.
and
Blue
green?
and green, because
I'll let you choose out of the
All right,
two.
you know what? Because Barney was purple,
Hey, Barney.
and we know what we say.
All right.
But
There we go. All
Ah,
right.
wow, my nice
little blue house. There we go.
Nice blue
File
house.
that with the
Yeah,
clerk,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
legitly yours.
I never liked I never liked purple because when I was growing up, I couldn't stand the Lakers.
There you go.
Yeah. Beating up on
They were
Philly.
really purple for a
Yeah,
while there.
beating up on Philadelphia like that.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
again, thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Ladies,
Always
they're all
welcome.
yours. And,
We're gonna have some interesting.
Treat them nicely.
We're gonna get sound therapy. Now this is
Okay.
gonna be interesting
Okay.
stuff.
Now, what are you going to be talking about?
Would-
Well,
Okay.
do you have a minute or
Oh,
so?
oh, yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah. Okay. So we will, if we could maybe switch places,
Yeah.
because so you can take the helm for what you got going on. That'd be awesome.
a handheld we need, right?
Oh, you know what?
And Kyle
Kyle
can,
can-
give her the headset, and then
Perfect.
there. And if you scoot here,
Okay. And actually, you know what? We got two of these.
you can have a all five. The thing is, you can hear out of that too. So it's necessary. Hey, everybody's good.
All right, there we go. All right, so this I'm excited for this. All right, so I know Dara went ahead and said we definitely need to speak with you guys, and so thank
can
you.
you
so
hand that to Kyle so he doesn't?
Oh, I'm
lose
sorry,
that?
he's gonna forget his
Sorry.
deed, and then
He's
that
gonna
house
lose
will
his
mean
deed.
nothing. The house will
Can't
mean
lose
nothing.
that deed. You can't sell it.
Other
if you
with
don't have
that,
the
it's only a
deed.
toy house. Okay. Then you're gonna have to evict them. It's gonna take 3 months.
So we're
Okay.
extending the show today. I
Yeah,
love
just-
it.
yeah,
No,
I think so.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear
So-
this too.
Dara mentioned that you guys do sound healing or
Yes.
sound therapy. Is that what that is?
Sound therapy.
And
Sound
I'm sorry, you
healing.
really have to get up right
Get
on like
right
a rock
in there
star.
like a rock
right
star.
up like a rock star.
Up close and personal.
Up close and
Yep.
personal. Almost a little weird.
Almost touching.
Might have to get up there a little
Almost
weird.
touching.
All right.
There you go, right there. No?
Yep, perfect. Perfect.
You're
Yeah.
being recorded.
All right. So yes, we were out on the street today promoting our event next weekend, which is a cacao ceremony and sound healing. If you are familiar.
I am not.
No.
I mean, I've heard of it, but please treat me as if, what exactly is that?
Definitely. Well, I'll allow Camila to explain the
But,
cacao part of it.
introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
please
Yeah,
introduce
we're gonna
yourselves.
get to her.
Yep.
So my name is Luna Lavender. I am a sound therapist, a Reiki master, also teach yoga. I'm a yoga practitioner, and I'm here to work with the heart and healing.
Awesome. Okay. And could you please introduce yourself and have you right upon it? Yep.
Yeah. So I'm Camila Condor, and we work together alongside each other. And I import cacao from Colombia, the country I was born in. So this is an indigenous ancestral medicine, and I'm sure you've all heard of chocolate.
Mhm.
Yes, we all love chocolate.
Yep.
So cacao.
Some of us more than others.
Yes, true. I don't know if I trust people that don't like chocolate, but
Yeah, right.
I'll leave my judgments to myself. So cacao is chocolate before it gets heated to such an extent that the nutrients die in it. Actually.
Okay.
So it is a superfood, and the Mesoamerican ancestors of Mexico, Colombia, Guatemala, they would intake it in ceremony and togetherness. And it would help shamanic journeying, as well as it's a heart opener. It's great for your cardiovascular system, your immune system. It's got the highest form of magnesium out of any food on earth. Like it's called the food of the gods. It's really incredible, and when you mix it with sound healing, it really creates a blissful experience. Like you actually release the hormone of bliss called anandamide
Uh-huh.
when you intake this plant medicine.
Okay.
And then to mix it with the sound healing really just creates this resonance of harmony and peace and celebration of life.
And what's that chemical you said? Harnamide or?
Anandamide. So
Anand-
Ananda means bliss in Sanskrit.
Okay.
And
Is that something you can take internally, or is it releases out of your system?
so
or
it's
something?
actually also released when you breastfeed.
Okay.
And it's
So I will
it's
have
like
none of
a-
that.
works-
I have no anandamide in my system.
Yeah, you might have experienced that.
Yeah, I have to take it
It's in
internally.
The cannabinoid system in the body, actually, the endocannabinoid system.
Okay.
And yeah, it actually is responsible for creating those feelings of bliss. It's also an aphrodisiac.
Wow.
So for men and women. So a lot of substances are just for women, like
Okay.
Damiana.
Sure.
This is for men as well. So if that's a department that is needed, for
Needs-
couples or for older men,
Yeah.
that is super.
Why do I
needed
feel like
right
she's
now.
talking right to me?
I am not pointing it out. This is for all.
Kyle, ask a question if you have any questions. Kyle,
Chime in, my friend.
Change the subject. No, I'm just kidding.
I will change the subject.
No. We're kidding. No, please.
Well, one of
This is
the
what we
really,
want.
really cool things that we do is we also benefit the nonprofit Streets of Paradise that's local here in Sarasota that is doing a lot of work to help remedy the problem we spoke of earlier of the homeless problem that we have, or the housing problem that we have, I should say. And we've been working with them for almost 4 years now, and we just donate a certain percentage of every ceremony
That's
and
awesome.
every event we do. We work with self-care movement, and we have holistic healing community events. And
That's
we
awesome.
Very cool.
And today was a good non-for-profit day. We had
Yeah, we
some
had a
other
couple
people from
on.
another
Yeah, it
non-for-profit,
makes
and
good for us to promote
all that.
those.
So do you have a location, a studio, or?
We don't. We are currently working on becoming a nonprofit ourselves
Okay.
with a self-care movement, which is dedicated to creating immunity through the unity of the community.
Okay.
Which is
Oh,
Camila's brainchild. by
like
the way,
that?
Her
Okay.
creation.
Yes.
You have the community.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
Wait,
that's
one more
my
time?
goal.
One more time, what's
I
that?
also love
Immunity.
What is it? What is it
Creating
again?
immunity.
Ready? Creating
Unity for the immunity
Unity
of the community.
of the community.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. On top of all the healing stuff.
We actually are also musicians.
Yes.
We the sonic field we believe is really we can't live without the sonic field. Actually,
Right.
Sound is so powerful.
It's the primordial origin of all.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's
yeah.
where I come in.
Right.
So I offer sound therapy. When you think about it, we're all matter. Not just matter, but we're all matter, which are molecules vibrating. So sound is the space in between the notes, the vibrations between the notes. So thinking about that, we're not just bodies, we're also spirit. We have an auric field around us. Our hands have powers, and those actually fingernails are shown to have even more capabilities of projecting light from them. And working with sound,
And these are measurable things, correct?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
these days
we have the science
Yeah.
to back it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So,
cool stuff.
keeping in mind that we're not just these bodies, we're working with the mind, the heart, the spirit. We can use these frequencies to entrain and attune our bodies back into homeostasis, creating harmony back into the body. Because we are stressed, we have so much going on in life. We a lot of times don't take a moment to just sit, take a deep breath.
Yeah,
and
Scott, I can't
relax.
relate to that at all.
No,
Yes,
no.
exactly. And that's
Every
what
day
we
of my
came-
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a
Not-
modality.
Kyle, you can't. You
Kyle,
can't relate to that
yeah,
at all,
yeah.
Kyle, can you?
When I lived in New York City, I used to tell people all the time, you can leave your apartment and say go for a walk 10 blocks or so and come back exhausted. And not just tired because you were walking, but because
Sensorily tired,
exactly.
right?
You're just
Like
Sensory overload. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Bombarded with- yeah.
Their energies, like bouncing off of you and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And that creates friction. That creates friction in the body.
The mind never stops. The
Could we
mind never
could we go
stops. It's
and this
bad.
is this is intriguing to me. It's right here. So
Yeah.
could we go right to this?
Yeah,
Like could we do something like
absolutely.
this? Because
Yeah,
I know
please.
I would like to hear it. I know Kyle has to balance on the
Yeah.
many things he has to do, but
So
What-
coming back to the heart of the matter, which I
Okay.
think is really what we've been talking about today. I brought my Tibetan bowl, which resonates with the heart chakra. So this will help to entrain our energy back into homeostasis, coming back into center, helping us to tune into our hearts. So I'd like to go ahead and do
Please.
a little meditation
Yep.
for us all.
You just let us know
Okay.
what you need us to do.
I will, absolutely. And for those on the other side of the wire, if you have a moment to tune in with us, find yourself in a comfortable position, whether seated or lying down, or if you're on the move and you're driving, just
Scott, if I lie down, would that be weird?
Don't close your eyes.
yeah, don't close your eyes if you're driving.
yeah, don't do that.
But feel free
Right.
to be present with us and to tune in with your breath. So I welcome everybody to close your eyes and just tune into the present moment around you. The different sounds, the bird song, the people talking, the feel of the breeze, any smells that you may notice. And with that, taking a deep breath in through the nose, pulling down deep into the belly, slowly, and exhale. Taking another deep breath in through the nose, slow, 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 deep down into the belly, and hold just for a moment, and release. And when you're ready, I welcome you back into the space. You may open your eyes.
That was pretty cool. Half our equipment's missing. I was thinking that. I'm like, all of our eyes are closed.
Exactly.
My wallet's
Wait a
gone.
minute.
The equipment's
Where's
missing.
the tent? And
All five of us with our eyes closed.
All of a
What a
sudden
bunch of
it's an empty
suckers.
Everything is feeling a bit lighter now.
yeah, wow, that was awesome. No, I felt
Oh, that was cool.
That was
That
neat.
was really cool. That was.
so. Okay, so the
I'm sorry that my attitude went through with the.
no. That was just
I'm from
being, you're
Chicago. You
just
don't.
being
You don't.
funny.
You don't sit
I'm
on
from
the street
Kansas
with
City,
your
I get
you
it.
know.
No, you're just being funny. You're just being funny.
I've got my
Yeah.
eye.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So the consistent sound, was that a rubbing of the lip, or how'd you? Am I able?
Well,
Were
that's
we
what
able to see how
couldn't
you did that?
Yeah, I
or
wanted
no?
to see what she was doing,
Yeah,
but obviously my
that
eyes
ting
were closed.
sound. That was probably you
So-
hitting it, right?
So you've
Yeah.
got mallet and.
Yep, so I've found just by playing with it
Right.
that each side actually has a unique sound.
Sure
so
does.
if you use the felted side of the mallet, it creates a gentle,
Like a church bell.
exactly.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
reminded me, like, because I can hear the church bells from my house. Got
Is that
10
brass?
and 11 and 12.
Or what
whatever,
is it
so
made of? What's the material?
I'm not even sure what church. It's a church.
Is that kryptonite?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
that? Ancient Tibetan metal. Yeah.
It is a Tibetan
Yeah,
bowl, but I'm not sure of the metal.
No,
I know
it's just
it's
interesting
a
to see if
it's a
how it resonates. Maybe that particular.
it's a conglomeration.
Okay.
Usually brass or copper.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like copper.
Not entirely, but so and then moving on again with the felted side, and then we have the wood part.
More of a high pitch.
Okay.
Different sounds, and then
Oh, it's resonating.
Yeah, it's cool.
that's my favorite.
That is cool stuff. That is.
I did receive training when I did my yoga teacher training at Heartwood Yoga Institute in Bradenton. It's an amazing. They do inclusive with meals. You can stay there. They also do online. I did my training there, but I've also been practicing for about 3 years now. And I received my certification for sound therapy as a complementary medicine, because we're not only doing this as an alternative. You know, this is working hand in hand with all these other alternative, all these methods that we have for healing, for
Sure.
medicine. And that's what I love about it, is that we're all on the same team. We all want to help each other. We want to heal. And this is coming back to the heart of the matter. This is without needing any exterior sources. We can always come back to this moment, always come back to our breath to tune in. Sound healing itself, it helps with depression. It helps with stress. It helps with behavior. It helps with the nervous system regulation. It helps. There's so many different
Anxiety probably just helps to.
Exactly. And above all that, it helps to, again, entrain our frequencies back into center.
Could you train my wife how to do this?
Yeah, I could.
So when I come
offer
over
teaching
every
as well.
day.
At home,
So I can.
Yeah, I can.
I'm half joking here.
Oh.
Half.
It is a wonderful practice to do
Yeah,
with a
this
partner
is
and with friends. You know, it helps.
Very soothing.
It helps with connection. You know, it helps you to tune into the moment, tune into the energy that's present with each other.
Sure.
It helps to evolve intimacy. And it's so necessary, again, to just center, to simplify, to come back.
Yeah.
You know, because we're so far out, so busy with all these different things, with work, with life, with traffic, with holding cities together. You know, we have all these things that we have on our plates.
Setting up this canopy.
Setting up,
That was
In the
tent
heat.
that's not gonna-
The heat is another
Moving
thing.
an
Not gonna collapse
armoire.
on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
We
do
survived
also
it.
teach.
We made it through the day.
We did.
So could you please give us your contact
So
information?
you were giving out information at the market today.
Yeah,
That's
and-
how we found you, or somebody knew you.
Yeah,
Tara
so
knows you guys or something.
I was offering a complimentary 60-second attunement.
Okay.
So I was just approaching those that called out to me, and we had
Okay.
wonderful exchanges. And then we were also letting them know about our cacao ceremony and sound healing, which is this next Saturday at Unwind
So
Massage
are you going to be
and
able to
Wellness
leave
Studio.
us a piece of paper? with some
Absolutely,
info? Okay.
absolutely,
All right,
yeah.
good.
So my name again is Luna Lavender. I'm on Facebook as such, and on Instagram I am Luna Lavender 11. And you have to type it all in because I'm shadow banned, because they do not like what I talk about. I talk about the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. So with that being said, I offer these modalities, not only the sound healing, but Reiki, and I will come to you. I don't have a home base at the moment because I like to go to people's spaces or go to music festivals or go to these events where people feel safe, where people feel comfortable, you know, in their own space and feel like they are being nurtured in a healing environment.
Sure.
So
That makes total sense.
yeah,
All right.
what's better than home?
Yeah. So
Home's
we
sweet
have
home.
information here. If we could make sure.
Saturday, July 15th at Unwind Massage and Wellness Studio here downtown Sarasota and on Orange Ave. Cacao ceremony and yin sound healing benefits the nonprofit Streets of Paradise and benefits yourself.
And
just
what time?
benefit each other.
She didn't say- What time is that?
It's at 11 a.m.
Okay.
and it goes till 2 p.m. So at the hottest part of the day, we're just gonna cool it down and relax.
Nice.
Inside.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, we'll be on a podcast.
Yeah, we've been a podcast.
And get people more in tune, you know, like I said, good
Oh,
things
that's right.
in life,
You got two houses?
sound,
Yeah.
healing,
Absolutely.
really do need it, you know, especially at this time. But, I appreciate that.
Thank you. And thank you for doing all the things that you do, holding us all together. Big Papa.
No, thank you.
No, yeah, essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And he's a man of the community. He's out and about
and
all
yeah,
the time.
it's-
I'm always seeing him, you know, just talking to people, walking
Yeah,
around. So
yeah. He's not high and above on a chair looking down. I mean, he's out and about. Like perfect example. He's sitting down here on the streets with two schmoes, talking to people. You know, just down in the
90 degrees
heart
on
of
a
the
Saturday
city.
afternoon.
So this is who Kyle is.
I would love for you to join us in the ceremony sometime.
And he's got a house.
All right.
So,
All right.
if nothing else, as do you two. So we're gonna give you guys a property, okay?
What?
Scott's gonna give you a property.
Oh my
you get a
gosh.
house, and you get a house.
I've never owned a house
And,
before.
well, you will now, and I'm gonna write you the deed. So you're gonna get
Oh
a
my
deed, a
gosh.
Florida deed to the house, okay?
Wow.
So could I get your full name, please, that you'd like to see on the deed?
So it's Maria.
Okay.
Camila, Camila.
Okay.
Arboleda.
Yep. Yep.
A-R-B-O-L-E-D-A.
Yep. B. O. L. E. D. A.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hey, how many podcasts do you know where they just give out property?
Right. This.
I'll let you fill
None.
it in because they're
None.
your property. So you can
Well, no,
fill
no,
in
no,
her
well-
name. I'll sign as a witness.
Okay. So we want to
Yes,
witness.
But you can fill them
We
in.
want to
'cause
witness
you're
that
the
one. And could I
uh,
get your full?
I'll
need
take
you on
the
deed.
honor of
Yes, I'll
handing
give
her
you
the
my
house.
human name.
Yeah.
It's Lisa
Okay.
Milner. Millner.
Okay, Lisa. And if you wouldn't mind, Kyle, would you be a witness to Lisa's new property?
Yeah, let Kyle witness this one too.
What's that?
Let Kyle do that one too. Let
Oh,
him witness
would
that.
you
I don't have a
okay.
pen anyway, so yeah.
And you can also find us on Instagram at
Luna?
self_care_movement. That is where we post all of our holistic events that fundraise for the community
you
as
go.
well.
Give her that with the house. Look at all the goodies. This
Yeah,
is
and
this is fun stuff.
When you can fit your house
In a
in a
koozie.
koozie.
Well, little houses are back. Or starting to grow. Get
How
more
many
pop-
times?
In this hot weather, we gotta keep it cool. We gotta keep the
You
house
gotta
cool.
you gotta keep your house nice
Exactly.
and
Yeah, it keeps the
cool. Okay,
house
so
cool.
there you go.
Cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Okay, and there's the deed to your home.
Thank
Okay.
Here's a detail.
And there's oh, I'm sorry. Was that did I get that reversed? That is to you, right? Or
Well, you have three of them now. How do you have three?
Oh, this is mine.
Mark, I
and
think
this
you
is
just
like
gave an empty
nobody's.
one.
This is like
That's Kyle's.
oh, is that Kyle? Oh,
Yeah.
that is Kyle. Did I just give your home to somebody else? I just okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys in court, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I truly appreciate it. I appreciate is that you gave your children a home. You didn't like say they had to be roommates and they had to live there.
No, they each got
You
a house.
guys,
Each got a home.
you each got a home.
We're gonna have people lining
Little
up.
pink houses for you
We're
and
gonna
I.
have people lining up to be guests now
Right, just
because of the
to
house.
get.
Because of the house.
So if the mini home craze keeps on going, in about 5 years, these will be the rage. So hold on to these things. They're gonna get
Alright.
smaller and smaller.
I will cherish this.
There you go.
Yeah, I like to think of that as being in Cherokee Park, like that home right there. Yeah, so it's probably about $1.7 million, right there.
Solve the housing crisis around.
Here's your affordable housing. Yeah, just come and talk to us on Saturdays. We'll
Thank
we'll
you.
solve it.
Yeah.
Thank you
anytime
so much
see
for
us,
coming
stop
out,
and say
guys.
hi.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
so
We're
glad
either
that
here
Dara introduced me.
or in front of Rise and Eyes.
What's that?
Okay.
Or we go, you know where the bazaar is over on Apricot and Lime?
I do.
It's the art,
Yes.
the art place.
Yeah.
We're there next week.
Okay.
So we go there every third Saturday, but we're either here or at Rise and Eyes the other Saturdays
I'm friends with the massage people there.
at the bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're good.
Yeah, it's good. So if you're stop by next week, they have the pop-up vendors.
Yep.
Okay.
Next
We're
Saturday we're
plugging
gonna be
next
at the
Saturday.
bazaar,
Yeah, we'll be at the bazaar.
and then we're gonna be in front of Bricks and Rise and Eyes. That's gonna be kind of
following
like 2 times here, bazaar,
one
Bricks.
over there, one over there.
2, 1, 2. La, 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 la.
Awesome. Thank you.
Spread
And
the
as long,
love.
as long as the city people who
As he's
like
looking at
us
as he's
are
looking at
okay
Kyle.
with us,
As
we're
he's looking
okay.
at Kyle. As long as they let us do
As
this,
long as the
without
city
a
loves
permit.
it, we're gonna keep doing it.
It's public
Okay,
property.
we'll be fine. All right. Hey, thank you
Thank
so
Thank you.
much
Nice
for coming
meeting you
out.
guys.
Thanks for having
Kyle,
us.
thank you for
Thank you,
hanging
Kyle,
out. I know
again.
you had 500 other things to do.
I feel like I've gotten back to homeostasis.
I feel great. I am, and I'm not even patronizing. I feel phenomenal. Like I feel relaxed after that.
Good.
Yeah, and we're gonna. You
I'm
might
happy
want to
to
tell
hear.
them and anybody else on this thing what you're doing with our show is you're doing more than just.
Oh yeah, so
playing
yeah,
or
so
something, or we're
right now it's on
Sarasota Street Talk.
SarasotaStreetTalk.com. Yes, Scott, we're behind, and he's gonna tell me this a little bit about putting up the shows, and I know I got to get on that. So these shows will be up on Sarasota Street Talk. My goal is by Monday.
Okay.
I know he's giving me the like. Okay.
Awesome.
But at the same time, though, we're gonna put this up on YouTube, as well as streaming it on iTunes, Spotify, and all that. Every place someone will like to see a podcast. So it'll start getting the traffic here by the end of the week. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, no, please, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
They can maybe go on your group, not a page.
And you know what? And yeah, are you part
Sorry,
of?
maybe you can tell them the name of your group,
Oh,
not a
it's-
page.
I'm sorry. The I Love Downtown Sarasota. So it's a Facebook group, not a page. And please join. And it's not real. Yeah, no, we said. And it's not about real estate. It's strict. I'll have a listing once a month. I'll put up there, but but it's primarily 98%. What do you do down in Sarasota? Where do you go? Pictures, events, yourselves, vendors,
So yeah, you could
local
put your
business.
you could put your information on
That's-
there like once a week. Throw something up
and,
on
and you can
ILDS.
post your ads on there too, and I'll approve it. It's free.
That's why I
It's
brought it
just information.
Do you have something tangible that
Yep.
I can look at?
Um,
The
Card, is that your card?
Actually,
No,
it's on my card.
It's on his card. That's
So-
my
I have
card.
your
You can have
card.
my
My
card.
group is on the card,
Okay, I have
and
that.
this is the actual.
You can take that.
that
could you take
QR
the
code will take
QR
you right
code?
to Sarasota Street Talk.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Or type it in.
SarasotaStreetTalk.com right
And then
now.
pretty soon YouTube, you'll just be able to
YouTube,
search
maybe?
it, and then yeah, Sarasota Street Talk.
Wow, we're getting
Or
techy.
SST.
We're getting up there.
You know, so we SST on ILDS, with the PCB and the
SST on
BYB with
ILDS?
TNT. ILDS. Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Kyle.
Also, while I have you here, can
Oh,
we make
here-
fire spinning legal on the beach?
Can you
Okay.
Mark,
Don't-
hand that to Kyle just because he's probably getting a text message and go, "Who's Scott?"
Thank you.
At least just
At least now he knows who I am.
Not like to put him on the spot or anything.
Yeah, no.
You need Mark's card? Right there. Yeah, you guys have hooked up from
But
the
I